Hey, y'all. We're sitting outside. Imagine that. I told you guys I would be back. I was dreading it, and then I was like, no, I'm ready to go. Let's just get it done. So we are going to do number 2 for the day. We got a lot to talk about. I think you guys will understand where I'm going. And we're just going to hop into it. Oh, my buddy's out here with me. She's like, hey, everybody, let's get going. Sorry, I just got a text as soon as I hit this. One thing, if you want to know something funny about us Islanders, some of us have iPhones and we think we're really skilled in sending like voice memos back and forth when we're like telling long stories or like walking around and, just talking. Well, for some reason, they never freaking send. I did like 30 minutes explaining it like an in-depth story to one of my friends, and not one piece of it sent. So I had to redo it. And then it just happened to her trying to respond. Anyways, I just thought that was funny because if you want to really know how we are behind the scenes, it's a lot of like, what the hell are we doing here? Okay, you guys, hold on. Let me let Bella in really quick, and then we're going to get going. We'll talk about it all. Come on. Come on, buddy. You go in too. Come on. Well, I guess you can stay out for a little while. It's not super hot out here. Okay. I can't use Androids. I don't even know how to function with an Android, I'll be honest. Like, I am an Apple girl through and through. I started off with like a BlackBerry. Well, I started off with a flip phone, of course, and then a BlackBerry and, all the good old phones. Hey, Thor. Hey, Pika. Hey, Brandon Barn. Hey, Pen. Aries. You're the Fantastic Four tonight. What's that mean? Hey, Ro. Toe Beans. After all the Betty BS today, what did you find on Betty? I didn't listen to much Betty today. I listened to what I needed to and checked out. That's too much for me. Hey, Steph. Hey, ask me about my puddle. A freaking name. Hey, Teresa. You've been good, Islanders. Did you guys see the comment section on my last video? Hey, Eastern girls. That is exactly why. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Rockabit. Hey, Chico. Oh, we might have to go inside. I thought they were done working. Hey, Tia Maria, Flower Nana. If you haven't checked out interesting comment section, go check out some of the comments. But please be nice. Obviously, they're extremely confused. As soon as I ended that video, I started getting notifications that somebody was like making comments in there, and I was like, interesting. Normally, like, I don't mind it. I don't pay much attention to it, but the misinformation that is being spewed by this one account over it is a lot. Hey, Cat's Eye. Hey, Rondi. Hey, Marcy. I might have to go in. Catherine, we never liked you, buddy. They're still working out here. He didn't really do anything now. Ask me. We're going to take a little history down the road because we've been talking a lot about what are the motivations behind some of this. So I'm going to start off with kind of a segment of T-rev and Seth from May. And I want you guys to listen to this. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some of the movements that have happened since, and then we'll finish out with some of his craziness. Hey, Snazzy Trinkets. You guys will see where I'm going in a minute. Tobeans, I hope you're doing okay. Hey, Janice. Note to self. You guys are always good as far as I'm concerned. I don't see nothing. And please understand too, if you're new here, I spend a lot of time switching between screens back and forth with clips. As you guys know, I give you whiplash a lot of times from clip to clip to clip, from stream to stream to stream. And I'm in a whole other screen. So I don't see a lot of your comments because I'm only using one device and I move around. So I'm not ignoring anybody in the comment section. I appreciate you all for being here. If you come in and say hi to me and I don't acknowledge you, it's nothing personal. Please don't take it that way. It's just I'm switching between screens and it pages up, and like when I page back and catch somebody, it's very rare. Hey, Napa Valley girl. So I try to catch as many in the beginning as I possibly can, and then sporadically throughout the live. But please don't take it personally. It's nothing. Like if I don't say hi to you, it's definitely nothing to do with you. Hey, Betty. Hey, Miss Britt. Team Samsung. You have both? See, I couldn't. Nope. No, my brain would be on overdrive. Hey, Trish. You're wallpapering. Now that takes skill. Brittany with Viva Video. Hey, Sheila. Buttercup, that intro took me 5 minutes. Hey, Candace. Hey, Lindsay. Roberta. Tia Maria. 18 months. It has been a ride. Thank you for being here for that long. I really highly appreciate it. That's amazing. But it has been a freaking journey. Hey, Am. Hey, Angel Chip Stelco. We'll be. Hey, LA326. Thank you for being a member for 5 months. Holy crap. It's time's flying when you're doing content like this. Hey, Hartley. Y'all go check out Hartley's channel if you haven't already. I shared their channel on my community wall if you need a link for it. And I'm sure one of the mods will grab it too. But excellent clip channel, funny as hell. I don't even know, Hartley, how you find the clips you do to put over stuff, but it just cracks me up. Bo, that Michelle, Eva Marie, Brantley, Maximum Effort. Hey, Mystery. Hey, the Bully. The Bully. We're going to work our way backwards. You're in my head, but we're going backwards. I started reviewing T-rev in April in regards to this case. Hey, Chopper. So if you go back on my channel and like some of the earlier debunking, I reviewed T-rev quite often in the beginning, like in April with the misinformation and crap he was doing in this. Always have a damn plan. I know I can't come on here and just wing it. I'm not good with that. I have to have something like that's just how I work. Hey, Cotton Candy. Hey, are you nuts? I just have to have a layout. It's just something I don't do good of just like thumbing around or not know. It doesn't work for me. Hey, Terry. Taylor with Stitch and Bitchin' and more. You can tell I'm dreading getting into this. Minnesota Craig. Hello. Hey, NorCal Jim. Yeah, NorCal, that was something that was really interesting to me because when we first started covering this case, and you'll remember this specifically, there was a lot of female creators. You know who I'm talking about. In fact, unfortunately, at the timestamp I'm starting at, you'll see one of them sending a super chat. They were so enthralled with him. Like people were like, oh my God, he's the best. And was so defensive and he's my friend. And yeah, okay. He's been doing this for a long time too. This is why it's really interesting to me that people gave him a second chance. Of course, Mystery, it's always seatbelt and helmet time over here. Toe Beans, thank you for being here for 4 months. Julie, I don't know if I said hi to you or not. Hey, Tinkerbug. It's weird though. It's wash, rinse, repeat. It's they posture to sub grab. You'll see a lot of creators buddy up to bigger creators to sub grab and they'll be friends for a short period of time or through a certain case, and then they part their ways. Like, it's so weird to me. I've never understood it. It's just weird. So weird. Flower Nana, I haven't commented back to you, but I have, it's on my list of things to do when I get done here. Hartley's been, yes, Monique. Hartley was one of the first clip channels that I ever came across when I started on YouTube. Teresa, thank you for becoming a member. Tanya, thank you for becoming a sub. Hey, up to good. Okay, I'm getting through it. Hey, AMAC. Sorry, guys, I'm dragging my ass. Hey, Steph. TK. Everybody knows this guy's a clown. Emily. Double nonsense. Double dose of bullshit today. That's what we're up to. Yeah, the bully. Isn't it weird? We're going to start there, though. You're already on to where I'm headed with this. Hey, Tammy. Okay. Hey, Andy. Okay, let me make sure I get as many people as I possibly can, because, you know, that Michelle, thank you so much for being here for 5 months. Thank you all for being here. Okay. Hey, Tebow. All right. Here, Galactic Shrimp. Hello again. Hey, Lip Locked. Okay. All right. Let's just do it. Let's do it. So we're going to May 27th. Anybody know what's significant about May 27th? Does anybody remember what happened on May 27th? Or right before this? I'll wait and see if anybody can kind of, I'm sure some of you will. I'll give you some hints. The PIs had shifted around the 6th through the 11th. They were out. Seth and Tony were on coffined off around the 13th. Chloe Facebook posts the 14th. Chloe made statements via Twitter, 15th, 16th. Nina Glass, they attempted to bring her in around the 15th of May. Chris was on Clues on the 18th. Seth appeared on Smiley Stories World on the 18th of May. They had the vigil and the meeting of the team on the 19th of May. Pascal said he was stepping back on the 21st. Seth wanted the FBI to take over the case on the 21st. Pascal retracted on the 22nd, said he was still staying on the case. Chris went on Queen Bees on the 23rd. The 24th of May, BHB enters the scene. The 25th, Stephen Crabtree exits stage left as a part of not being a team member anymore. T-rev 757 on the 26th says he's taken a step back publicly. Heather, the PI, went on the vault on the 26th. Chris Proudfoot was again on Queen Bees on the 26th. Seth posted a video on his page on the 27th. And then Seth shows up on T-Revs on the 27th. All right. There's a little reminder of kind of some of the stuff that was going on in May. All right. Let's go. We're going to start about the 2 hour and 16-minute mark. Now, he had publicly started saying he was pulling back. He was going to pull back. There was things that were getting weird. But this is where shit gets real interesting. So they had previously been talking in this stream about well, hold on. We can go to the front. We can go to the front and listen to a few moments of this so you guys can kind of see, and then we'll pop forward. I gotcha. I know where we're headed. So, all right, here we go.
YouTube, my handle is That Guy Smoke TC.
We're here, ladies and gentlemen. Lock in. You know, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, to unfold here. This 3-ring circus that is going on out here in the community with this case, and the mockery that is being made of trying to find Sebastian is absolutely got to come to an end. I mean, there's so many different elements being brought into this case. And again, we will be opening the lines tonight, and it'll be a little bit different. I will take phone calls, and after each phone call, I'll go over, you know, some things with Smoke and let him speak too. And
so at this point in time, Smoke and T-Rev were still buddies. Okay. That's another thing to note here. T-Rev and Smoke were still buddies at this point in time. So the 26th, he had announced publicly he was pulling back. Then we get this.
And we will continue to take those phone calls here throughout.
We're speeding him up because I can't handle this shit. I gotta listen. Normally, I listen to everything in 2x speed, but we'll start out at 1.25. Maybe I'll put closed captioning on and see if that helps.
About this stream, I'm glad that you guys are joining me here. It is 5/27 of 2024. As you're coming in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It is free 99. We don't care about nothing else. What's going on, Smoke? What's your thoughts with the way that this case is right now? Again, here we are.
Note to self: no bubble guts needed. We don't need to do that. It's okay. A lot of people fell for a lot of these people's bullshit for a long time. I don't fault you at all. A lot of people in the comment section here at one time watched a lot of the people that I review, and I've had arguments with people in the chat right now that are sitting here, like went toe to toe with over some of these people, and it just takes time. And I'm not saying I'm right on anybody, but these people have a knack for doing this to victims and their families. And it's once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then you start identifying it with other channels that do the same exact thing and use each other and posture off each other. But you don't need to have bubble guts. We're good.
We weren't live yesterday, but we're back today. What's your thoughts here? Talk to me.
It started off as, it seemed like everyone was on board to help find Sebastian, and it just turned into a damn circus. It's like so much drama. It's just, it's already making creators on YouTube want to leave this case and go and move on to something else, because at the end of the day, I'm missing kids out there, especially in Tennessee. So
let's talk about fucking circuses, you two stupid dipshits. Sorry, I'm going to cuss in this stream. It's going to happen. I've been trying. Hey, Donna. Hey, Josh. Hey, Lynn Love and Light. Hey, everybody coming in. These two got busted out for faking phone calls in Madeline Soto's case. That's not the first time that they've done it either. The fake call-ins, the fake people associated. You want to talk about the circus that this became? Well, you were a part of it from jump. I know, Froggy. I know. Not Becky cussing. Never imagine that.
it's sad to see, because Sebastian needs justice.
Yeah, it's definitely sad to see. And I see, hold on, let me see. Hey, T-rev, love what you're doing. What's going on, Gigi? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you guys. Arlene Wiley in the building. How you doing? And shout out to everybody who, again, served our country, fought for our country, fought for the rights for our country. I do appreciate you guys for your services. Somebody said stupid choices on the poll. What do you mean stupid choices on the poll? Do you think drama is ruining the case? Yes or no? I don't think it's stupid at all. I think, in fact, 79% say yes, it is hurting me. Yes, and it's hurting me. Or no, it's keeping his name alive. It's 21% out of 500 votes so far. So if you're coming in, make sure you hit that poll. Do you think that drama is
this Liverbird? I would be broke as a joke.
ruining the Sebastian Rogers case? Is it ruining it? Is it running people off? Is it stopping a lot of people from covering it? Because it seems that way. It definitely seems that way. What's going on, Misfit, D Smalls? Who is creating the drama? It's being created in a lot of different angles. I mean, you have people posting weird shit anonymously on Facebook that think they're an anon when really they're not, because I can get every single one of the names. But in general, there's just so much. There's so many different aspects to the case as far as right now where it sits with the drama that is being created from misinformation, from people. I mean, what have you seen out?
From misinformation, really. And then we find out after this. So again, this is May 27th, but we find out a few days after this that he comes out and publicly states that between like the 10th, let me look at my thing again. Hold on. Between the 10th and the 14th of May, that they had this conversation about the pew pew. So he held on to that, went to the vigil, did all this stuff, and then, he starts dangling shit out. And it's always so funny to me that the creators who cause the most shit and do the dirtiest shit in these cases always want to be the first to be like, is this case filled with drama? Oh my God, is it affecting the case? No shit. That's what you've done from jump. Lied, fabricated stories. And you wonder why it's a shit show? Like, are we joking here?
Out there, Smoke, when you go out there and because you mentioned misinformation that you were coming across. What kind of misinformation did you come across?
I've just seen a lot of
Hartley. Have you not seen some of his amazing? His idol is Ryan Upchurch. He is like the rapper that never could. Rapper that never could see over the steering wheel, rapper that couldn't get to the top of the counter without a footstool. That he's that rapper. He thinks he is like up there in sorts.
Stuff where, you know, especially when you've got a spokesperson spreading misinformation on the internet with a fake Amber Alert that's not real. It's mentioning something about a vehicle when no vehicle's ever been mentioned in the case, not even since day one. So it's like, where was that information gathered from? Because now you got people out looking for random vehicles, and that's not good. You know, people can get shot for that.
Really? Or like cousins that call in, fake cousins that call in and say that one of the step parents of the missing child shit on a mouse on a stick, you know, stuff like that.
Janet, how's it going? I see some people saying that some creators are stepping back, and damn, that I just can't find. I don't see myself giving up. I mean, should we give up at the hand because of other people or wanted to create this drama, or should we continue to cover it and try to bring closure here in any type of way?
Hey, I'm willing to come out and help search, but if there's going to be drama, I'm not even trying to get involved in all that.
Yeah, no doubt. What's going on, Mab Investigates? Welcome to the stream, Chatty Kit Kat. How are you doing?
Only time will tell. I just keep on praying that I'll find my way if I go through hell. Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
Every day I wake up, I'm here to make a change. Only time will tell, I hope it takes the pain away. I see these families going through it every single day. Another person did an article up on a page, but I hold on to hope like a candle in the rain. Got it.
And yeah, there you go. He uses a whole lot of, there you go. Sorry, I was pausing it throughout because, yeah. Okay. That's about all I can take of that. Well, I'll give you a couple more seconds of it.
By the light, trying to break through these heavy chains. In the heart of the night, I'm searching for the flame. Speaking for the silent in the honor, I'm a paper lane.
Yeah. All right. There you go. I mean, anybody can rap, right? Here you go.
She says, hi, Smoke. Kathy, sup, Trevin Smoke. How you doing, Kathy? Be nice to see you. By the way,
we will be going there to Miss Liverbird.
1 second. I found some things, and I don't know. I was going through some things last night. We actually have some stuff that we need to talk about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up 2 videos that I found. And again, maybe we can get them confirmed. Maybe we can find out. But here is a video. Let me grab this real quick because I want to play it for you guys.
Nah, we don't need to see all this because this was more misinformation that they attempted to throw out here. Again, we're gonna go up, but you see how things were so much different back then. But you see who's on the screen that used to ride hard for him? Like I always said, we go all night and all day. We don't stop covering this case until Sebastian is found. 100, we got this.
Click on it, make sure it's him. Yep, I just want you to click on it and make sure it's him. That's it.
Okay.
If it's him, I'll send it to him. If it is him, I'm gonna send it to him. Allegedly,
So Seth is about to pop up.
what Brittany says, like I always said, we go all night and all day. We don't stop covering this case till Sebastian is found. I ain't even went to sleep since I've been on your panel last night, Brittany.
Yep, that's him.
I haven't even went to sleep. Seth, can you confirm? Oh wow, that's a troll. Ban. Goodbye. Troll. Hold on, let me up the ante for these trolls too, by the way. Let me make it. You got 20 minutes. There's for the new accounts for the trolls. Load them up. Gonna answer. He said he's not gonna answer. He's mad. No. He said he
Oh, that Michelle. I've seen her give super chats to JLR, Spanky, T-rev, all the ones with big numbers during this case. She would throw them to get pinned. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen it quite often.
could come up. So I'm gonna send it to him. It doesn't need clout. There are videos of people reacting to music he put out a few years ago. I know, right? There's probably over like 500 reactions to my stuff. Let me get this over to Seth and we'll get him on up. Hold up, let me send this to Seth. I'm trying to figure out which way. I'm gonna send it to you. I'll send it to the text. I'll send it to the text. 1 second. I'll send it to the one where you said, "Oh, okay, I see. Oh, this was the other phone that you said you were met." Okay, so you didn't get that one. All right, so I'm gonna send it to this one. Give me 1 second, and we'll get him on up here. We'll get
Yay,
Seth up here.
us.
1 second. Let me grab this. Where we at here? Okay, there we are. Just want to make sure I got that I'm sending this to the right thing, which I am. Here we go. Which I am. Oh, let me grab this.
Can you get to it, bro?
Invite here. Okay, hold up. Here it goes.
Here we go.
So did you get the part back there in the video when he said something about the bed?
No. Hold up 1 second. I'm trying to send this to him in here. I got you. Yeah, I did hear the part about the bed. Yes, absolutely. And
Okay,
that was like, dude, that was crazy.
Okay, so what he meant by that is after Sebastian was missing and Katie walked in and found him, Chris asked her to check the other side of the bed because Sebastian liked to hide and jump out and scare her. If you remember her saying that in the interview, it may be this one.
Okay, here we go. Now I got it. Okay, there's the flyer. Okay, this is the number right here. I'm sending it right here. Here we go. Seth, dropping the link to you right now.
10 minutes later.
That's
And
yeah.
dropping the link to you right now. 1 second. Here we go.
From my understanding, it seemed like he was asking her if she had checked on the other side of the bed because Sebastian apparently liked to hide and jump out and scare them.
I'll buy one. You're funny. I dropped the link. I dropped the link for Seth to come up. Here we go. All right. 1 second. I gotta go use the restroom real fast. 1 second. I gotta pee bad.
He was
Well,
so nervous.
too much TMI, but I didn't use the restroom. So hold up 1 second.
Yeah, we don't need to know. Sorry. Let's just.
What's going on, Seth? Talk to us, man.
Your research. Getting my next list of areas to go search.
Get in the next list of areas to go search. There we go. I mean, guys, he's up here without Tony, so we're good, right? No, that's great, and I'm glad to see you up here.
T-rev mentions up here without Tony because the night before this, he went on BJ's panel and was talking shit about Tony and how things had gotten weird and they didn't like Tony and all this stuff. So that's where the smart ass comment came from.
What can people do to help with Sebastian and Seth? Let's dive into that. What can we do as a community to continue to support and push to fight?
Wolfie, I'm confused by that because I don't even know where that came. Well, I've got a couple assumptions of where that came from. It's weird, not shocking. Victim status 101, but I mean, I don't know why he's complaining about being doxxed when the other side of the family. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Why now?
To find Sebastian, because I feel like the drama's gotten too crazy and we need to get refocused. And
So this drama is not helping find my son. People
exactly.
People need to understand that this is my son. I'm gonna do
May 27th, 2024.
whatever I can to find my son. What I'd like people to do is join the Facebook page. There should be a post going out there so I can find out where people are, what states you're in. I have a YouTube. I put a video on there today.
Put a video on there today. Okay. Let me
Yeah.
see. Let me grab
Small
it.
little video. It's only like 50 seconds long. It was Sebastian at the park playing tag.
Yeah, I think I've seen that video.
I didn't see it.
in California. Yeah, I posted it earlier today.
How
it
was he in that video, Seth?
See, that was, I'm going to say 2018. So,
Damn.
are you
Oh,
remember how old you are, T-rev?
Yeah, no. All right, we remember that. I want to show you this while you're here. Did you hear that video that I played?
Hold on. No, I haven't, but hold on. Let me finish what I was saying.
Go ahead, keep going. You're good.
Need people to join the Facebook page. There'll be it's not a link, but it should be a post up there so I can find out where people are so I can send them flyers. There
Okay.
are people in other states. There's other people in other towns in the state of Tennessee. There's people in other states. People still don't know that my son is missing. People don't know his name. People don't know his face. And I need people's addresses. You can either give them to me or not. Doesn't matter. I'll send stacks of flyers to people
Yeah.
just so they can hand them out. I mean, I know that there's places that'll give it free, but I can get all the flyers people want and I'll mail them to y'all.
I can get all the flyers people want and I'll mail them to you. You'll get the reason why I'm reverting back to this in a moment.
Just
Now,
to get out. Now I know that at the same point in time that there is a hotline in every state for missing people to report a missing person. And I've been trying to pull up all of them so that I can sit there and call these lines and get their email address so I can send them a picture of Sebastian. So that way I can start. If it won't go national, I'll make it go national just by reaching out and putting my son's name and picture on every missing person's website. There are missing people's websites out there that I was on this morning.
yeah,
Not on them.
damn.
That means people don't know my son. They don't know his face. They don't know his name. It's not out there. My job is not done until I bring my son home. People are making a big deal about Tony.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with Sebastian. Tony's trying to help me get Sebastian's name out there. As well,
Just,
Chris and Katie, and people didn't like that. Your kid's not missing, man.
Yeah.
People want to argue about who's on my team, who I share information with.
right.
I'm just trying to find my son. If I come across somebody and I think they're a decent person, or they can help me further my goal, which is to find my son, why am I getting penalized from people because I'm trying to find my son? Can't people put their petty differences aside and realize that there's a 15-year-old kid out that's lost, missing?
Yeah. Let me see.
Now, I can say for sure that my wife has told me that there is a bulletin board at her work that has missing children on it. She has seen Sebastian's picture, and that is in southern Indiana. So I've seen it there too. It's in the glass case on the wall that has all the missing kids.
Just a reminder for anybody coming in, this is an old interview. We're going back in time a minute. This is from May 27th. This is not new. There's been a huge shift since then, but you're going to see why I'm going back here in a moment. We've all been asking the intent, the motive. You're going to hear some things in this that some of you probably have not seen before. And I'm taking it back here for a reason, and we'll discuss it when we get to that part.
She told me that she saw his picture on there in his paper.
I appreciate it. Every picture up is another person to see.
Yeah.
Tony so why isn't Tony getting the websites updated? Merge says
There's nothing to do with the Facebook page.
it's not it's taking
That's a
advantage.
different person that I communicate, and I have working on that one.
What's the so what's the Facebook page that you're referring to when you say this Facebook page?
There's a Facebook page that was put up. I can get the. I don't have Facebook, so I'm not on there. But I have access to the email address that's.
We know after time too that was not correct. He does have Facebook. He had a private Facebook page for friends and families that he had photos and videos on. So he did have Facebook. Again, none of this really matters. This isn't the point, but just another time that it was misconstrued.
It's on there.
Okay.
So people send emails to that. I have access to that.
I wanted to ask you this, man, because listen, reward. I know money, people talk about this money shit, and it's like
right here. I want you to perk your ears up for a quick moment in time for me. If you're not paying attention to the screen, that's fine. I want you to pay attention to what's being said here, and we're going to discuss it.
BS. But a reward, I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel like a reward out there, if somebody does have information, they might come up off of that.
And that's that attorney. Now people want to donate using, electronics and stuff. And that attorney Lewis only will accept checks made to him, delivered to him in person so he can write receipts. I'm still working with my attorney. We were trying to put up a trust.
And I'm still working with my attorney. We are trying to put up a trust. Okay, so a couple things to clarify right here. First and foremost, this is before the FBI offered up to $50,000 reward, okay? In the beginning of this, there was supposedly a $3,500 reward that was offered because there was an attorney that got involved that was basically having people send promise to pays or IOU kind of thing. They had supposedly got it up to $3,500. Well, come to find out that that attorney had some shady dealings in the past and it was non-existent. Okay? So that had already happened. That reward never took place. By this time, there was already a Cash App. There was already a GoFundMe up for Seth, all of these things. So when T-rev started to pull back, his chat started to question highly about why have they not done a reward? Why have they not done a reward? That's why he's getting pushback right now about that. This again was May 27th. But I'm not as concerned about talking about that part of the reward. I want you to pay attention to what they're going to talk about upcoming.
And then the bank turned around and was like, well, you have to have, not only do you have to have the paperwork for the trust, but you also have to have a trust foundation to be over the trust. So
the trust foundation that has to be over the trust. And where did this attorney go? Where did this attorney go that he was working with?
My attorney is looking into that. She doesn't know everything, but she's looking in.
My attorney, the one that I'm assuming that sent the 6 C&Ds because that was a female attorney. Okay.
Into it, and until I get it up, I'm not going to have people sitting there and donating to it.
Well, and I asked that because I know a lot of us that want to put into there, and we want to, and maybe
the trust will be ran by the attorney. It won't be ran by me or anybody else. It'll be ran by the attorney.
Yeah,
and someone finds my son, that will be the reward will be handed out through the trust, but it will be up to the law enforcement. It has nothing to do. It will have nothing to do with me except for I'm trying to get it set up so it's 100% legit. So there's no questions or anything else. Also, I'd like to address that page that I put out.
I'm trying to get it set up. Okay.
That one right there that you just put up, that right there, it can be mailed or dropped off.
Okay.
And he doesn't take cash. It's only checks. He doesn't do any type of electronic transfer or any of that sort of stuff. So
this is null and void.
A lot of people, I haven't even pushed it because I can't even get a hold of that gentleman. It's still there.
Wow.
$7,500 that was there for that is promissory notes from businesses in the area.
I read that too. I read up on that. So there's promissory notes. I read that last night. There's promissory notes from people in the area. I know tons of people that want to put into this reward. So they have to mail in a check or what else to this exact address. Still to this day, you could mail that into them.
Yeah, that's that attorney's address.
Okay.
Hey Seth, there's a person in chat. Big Bird said all Walmart should have this poster. They post the same kids, especially current cases. I know in New England area we have Sebastian posted.
So
understand what is on the screen is again null and void. Do not send money to anything. The FBI has offered a reward. Okay, but we heard out of Bullhorn Betty's mouth that Seth had been working with the FBI to get the reward out there. You've all heard it. I've reviewed it. We've talked about it. Betty says that was because Seth was working with the FBI. We all know that they like to say a lot, but.
So up in Maine, he's talking about in the New England area, he said Sebastian's picture is posted on the bulletin board in the Walmarts on the missing children's bulletin board.
I pray every day Sebastian is found. I'm in Missouri.
Again, this is from May 27th, 2024. May 27th, 2024.
You said, Karen says, Seth, because we know there are bad people out in the world. We know you're hurting and are very concerned you will get hurt by thugs exploiting your desperation, Karen said.
No, I understand that. Believe me. I dealt with a lot of people upset that I asked people to step off my team. But they weren't transparent with me. There's things going on behind the scenes that nobody knows about. Yeah, well, I'm human. I've never been one to say I'm perfect. I'm not a perfect person.
None of us are.
Never been a perfect dad. This was my first time experience being a dad. I've been working at it for 15 years. Now I'm in the middle of trying to find my son again. I never said I was perfect. People need to understand that. I do stuff. I get heated. I get upset. People don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and I'm only human. I can only take so much until I just blow my top. What dad wouldn't? When it comes to the kids, we're supposed to protect them, and I can't even find mine to protect him.
I can give him grace on all of that. I can give him grace that his son's missing and that I can have empathy for this. Okay. Okay.
I've got people that were in my group that were snakes. All right.
I've read some of them things.
That literally hurt me, and they were hurting what I was trying to do, which is find my son by keeping information that they should have been telling.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that shit. Information that should have been given to you from. I heard about that. And what T-rev what address the misinformation that Tony has been saying everywhere. Okay, so are you pertaining to the video, the vehicle, him being taken in a vehicle, that AI recording, obviously the skags, and then I think they're also referring to Crabtree that came out and said those things on TikTok.
I met Crabtree, dude, the same day you did.
Okay. Yeah. That day when we were at dinner, yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
You know,
Well,
as for
yeah.
Watch.us, that is a highly decorated deputy. The reason it said anonymous is that they didn't have the information, and they just put the information that they had in, and they hit send. And the AI itself fills in and everything else as anonymous because it's unknown.
Okay.
It's to work alongside with an Amber Alert or a national alert. It's just another form and way of getting the information out. I will tell you that I never received the Amber Alert for my own son. All right.
That's crazy.
The system is flawed. There is no system that's perfect. But if you have multiple backups for it, then hopefully one gets through.
My thing, and I want to ask you this: what role has social media played in the search efforts for Sebastian, in your eyes?
First time I did it was with Pascal. Second person, I believe, was you.
Yeah.
It got another 1,000 people knowing that all of a sudden that there's a missing 15-year-old autistic child. It helps reach out to people.
It does.
Get people on the same page. It causes a lot of drama and disturbance in the force, because there's always going to be those type of people that are not for finding Sebastian. They're for the drama. There's people out there that are like,
interesting comments.
like, oh, you're causing drama. Well, I'm not really hip with this social media stuff. I mean, it took me 45 minutes to figure out how to upload a 48-second video to YouTube today.
Dang.
All right.
Yeah, I get it.
I could program a VCR when I was a kid, and my parents couldn't. All right. Well, I feel like I'm the parent waiting for my kid to show me how to do something.
I would donate. Denise says it is time for the reward to be put out. Money talks, and I want to donate money to find Sebastian. Forget the BS and con artist. Find Sebastian. Denise, and I get so many people that reach out to me, man. I got one that's reaching out to me now saying, "How can I send you and Seth $800 or this, that?" And I'm like, "Hold up, whoa. I got to be able to, figure things out. We get this reward set up, and we can, put this towards Sebastian, that he could be found. Maybe again, somebody has some vital information and they see these dollar signs, because these demons, they see dollar signs and they want to come eat that crap up. And if they have information, maybe that is the closure that."
Speaking of demons that see dollar signs,
it may come into play. And I hate to say it like that, but it is. I mean, money walks, and people, there could be someone holding on to information until they see money.
And I understand that.
Seth, do you personally want FBI to take full charge of this case?
Do you?
I reached out, and the bridge is being reestablished between me and Sumner County.
Oh,
thank you, Joe.
All right.
The bridge was being reestablished between him and Sumner County.
I feel more confident after having a 2-hour conversation with him than I was in the past.
Yeah, and that's good. That's good. Are you
on May 27th, he felt more confident in them than he had in the past after a 2-hour conversation.
Now let's jump into law enforcement real quick, because at the visual, I didn't see one officer out there, and for me, I've seen quite a few visuals, and usually there's officers there supporting the this missing whoever, even adults. So the fact that I didn't see an officer out here was kind of weird to me, because you would think there would be an officer. Almost every visual I've seen, there's officers there. They join the community. They're hugging or talking to the father or mother or family members, and we're just not seeing that here in this case.
Especially when you have one that claims to be law enforcement themselves, even though they're from another county. Boys in blue usually back and become a family. Law enforcement is pretty tight-knit family.
I feel like law enforcement is just being very brief with everybody. As far even you guys, whether Chris, Katie, they're not. It just seems weird. It seems weird, and they're not out there doing.
We don't
or
know
showing
what
up to these visuals.
we don't know what they're doing, man. They're keeping that stuff close to the chest.
Is there a connection with CP and law enforcement that you know of?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't.
I'm not from Suffolk County.
I keep getting that there's people that keep they come to me and they show me this, and I try to make the connection, but I want to know where that connection is, because there's a lot
They've never been able to find a connection, but keep trying.
of connection there, but I haven't seen it as far as like a friend or anything like that
I have no idea.
to be able to connect it fully. Send Seth personal money orders. I see we need addressed. What do we need addressed? Awesome girl. What do we need addressed? They need a national. Yes. So I want to talk to you about that also. How can we get this thing national? Because I think statewide it needs to be bigger than that.
It's national.
Like I said, there's a number in every state for a missing persons that is for their state. I need those numbers so that I can reach out to them and send emails. So I can get them a picture of my son and get them the flyers so that they can sit there.
False
So I
info
can
on
get it
scam.
out there. Hey, I do love you all, Rev Gang, but I do have to go. I've got things I got to do. I got to get back to this map.
Do you think? Appreciate you coming up. I'm sure everybody else does too. Sebastian Strong. You said, Seth Rogers, I think you need help with navigating Facebook. It will help alleviate some of the drama, and I will help with this, as I have a son with autism and I ran groups with over 100,000 members.
Seth, I have one more question for you before you go. Do you know of any possible YouTube channel that Sebastian has ever had with Call of Duty videos, or is that not him?
No, Sebastian only has one Gmail account that I've.
Listen up, my friends. If you were here last night, perk your ears up. Ears up.
Do you think? Appreciate you coming up. I'm sure everybody else does too. Sebastian Strong. You said, Seth Rogers, I think you need help with navigating Facebook. It will help alleviate some of the drama, and I will help with this, as I have a son with autism and I ran groups with over 100,000 members.
Seth, I have one more question for you before you go. Do you know of any possible YouTube channel that Sebastian has ever had with Call of Duty videos, or is that not him?
No, Sebastian only has one Gmail account that I've set up for him. And
I wanted to play this for his voice, just because Seth would know if this is his voice or not immediately. He would be able to say yes or no. Here's a video that I came across that says Sebastian Rogers on it, and it's Call of Duty. It would be when he was like 7 or 8, if it was him.
and back then.
Where's the voice?
And enjoy the video.
I don't think it is, but where's he talking?
And leave a like and subscribe. Have a good day.
Is that not his voice?
No.
Okay, just making sure, because it did say Sebastian Rogers on here. It said August 5th of 2015, and I don't know if you've seen that other video circulating either, which was on another Sebastian Rogers page, which was January 16th of 2024. I don't know if you were aware of that video, but there is, it's only 9 seconds, so I'll show you it real quick before you leave. You got to see this because I came across it. It's been sent to me all day long. Here it is, right?
Send it to me, Rev. I gotta go.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'll send it to you.
Now you got my number, right?
Yes, I do got it. I got it right here, the right one. All right, Bubba. Take it easy. Appreciate you. All right, Seth. Thank you, Bubba. Shout out to Seth. We appreciate him.
The Gmail account again. Why didn't he say he spent a lot of time on YouTube, watching YouTube videos? Why did that just come out on the lab the other night? Whatever happened to this trust that they were attempting to get? What happened to this attorney that was working side by side? Anybody have any questions about this? Anybody else catch anything else that you sit and go, wait, what? Wait, what? Anything else that you guys caught? Sometimes I just sometimes I feel like we just talk in circles. Truly. Let me go over here for a moment. There was something I wanted. Where is it? Sorry, give me 1 second here. He called into Rev's show quite a bit. And if you go back and listen to some of this stuff, it gets a little confusing. And you're like, wait, what? Wait. He definitely had more internet access. But you also catch that there was a new phone number given. Yeah, you guys are spot on. Yeah, there's a lot. Now, I want to take you to T-rev right quick because this is funny, and I'm going to pull this other video up for you guys in the meantime because I think there's another one that I want to look at right quick while we have this open because I think there's some interesting things. There's some things that just stand out to me that don't really land well. There's some timeline things that just makes me feel a little uneasy. And I don't know why we're restarting all these things because truly they've restarted so much shit and it makes zero sense why we're going back to the start. Like, why are we doing all this back to the beginning again? By the way, for everybody that was saying that Seth was still searching and all that stuff, on April 3rd, April 4th, Seth stops public searches. That's also the day that Robin Rogers said that they had evidence of CP ripping down flyers. So for all these people that have been telling you that he's been searching nonstop, publicly we know that he stopped searching on April 4th. Why? I don't know. All right, let's watch this right quick because this one's interesting too.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's your boy T-rev back to the channel. You guys ain't seen what is going on, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It's your boy T-rev back to the channel. You guys ain't seen me in a minute. I made a few decisions here. I'll be going to school, so I'm going back to school for audio production. Okay, can't wait. And I'm not even going to talk about what just happened before, but I do want to, talk to you guys about the case with Sebastian Rogers. You already know my heart and soul is into that case, and nobody can ever stop that. I'm about to come back. We're going to be back on the air. We're going to be taking phone calls. So if you want to call in and you have an opinion and you're not being heard like I'm hearing, you'll be heard. Because again, these people don't give a fuck about nothing but $1. They don't care about nothing but the donations. That's it. Let's bring back that raw, real, in your face shit, right? Because I got nothing but time. Now I'm going to school. Now that I'm going to school, I got plenty of time. I do my 4 hours of school, and it's time to get back on the air and chill with the Rap Game family. Now, you guys are probably like, damn, what happened to Rev? He was gone for 2 weeks, man. I don't know what's going on, man. Yeah, no, I'm back. There's life things that go down. Sometimes you got to take a little bit of time off for yourself and get everything back on pace. And we're there. First of all, I want to say, fuck the haters. All of you can eat a big, fat Sam Saucy. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. But I love you guys. And I do want to get back on the air with you guys, take these phone calls and get back to doing what we do best. There's a case I do want to talk about. Elijah View. Okay? Elijah View is, I don't know what happened to this poor boy, and we want to know. I think we all have a right to know what happened to Elijah View.
So T-rev didn't really go away. I mean, he kind of went away. But let's talk about why he might have kind of went away. let's go to June for a minute and look at some T-rev videos. We're going to walk down a little bit of a history lane here.
Stuff. Have they not done her like that? But I know she's far behind.
For anybody that's wanting dates, this is June 1st, 2024. We're starting at about the 18-minute mark.
And what I don't understand is usually the police will take you into a room and they'll pound you, you know, want to ask you questions and all that stuff. Have they not done her like that?
I guess. You know?
I mean, it's crazy. It is really crazy.
It's definitely crazy. It blows my mind. When you wake up every day, you see no updates on it, and people are just finding the dumbest shit to talk about when it comes to this case instead of focusing on the search part of it and what should be going on there, flyers, etc. Instead, I don't know what's going on there. We need to get the focus back on Sebastian because it's being taken away from him, and I just don't understand that part.
Yeah, everybody fighting. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah,
but I really hope they find him.
I really hope they do too. That's what, and again, as I woke up today and I started thinking about this, I'm like, man, is he being hidden somewhere? Is there something more to this than what we're all seeing? Because, you know, at a household, there's certain things that go on that people don't know about, right? And it's just, we don't know everything that went on. We don't know what everyone really knows when it comes to the people that are the closest here. We don't know. We have no idea what they know or what they don't know because they're not much is being divulged out besides, oh, well, you know, I woke him up I went to go wake him up at 6 and he was gone, and I went to bed at this time. And so there's really no information or direction towards where he could have possibly went. And that's the part that is worrisome. And to hear that, oh, well, he didn't have access to the internet and he didn't go on there. Well, that really limits the options, in my opinion, in case somebody targeted him in a way. Like,
why would T-rev, who was a part of the team, be saying that he didn't have internet access? He was a part of the team at this point in time. Well, not really. He was booted from the team, but he was one of the hand selected in the beginning. Why have the stories changed by the very people who claimed that they were one of the first people? What happened? Right? Yeah, I knew you guys were going to be like, wait a second here. This is why it drives me nuts, because if you listen to the people who have been a part of the team, right? If you go back and listen to the team members, the people who were players that were direct contact with Seth, right? They all have switched up their stories to benefit them, if I'm being honest. But they all drove these narratives hard that we're watching still be pushed around. And there's no evidence of half of the crap that they claimed, but they're still being used. They're still being used.
You know, SO or something, but I don't know. It's super weird. Is he?
My first thought was Seth was involved. That was my first thought.
Wow.
Because they said he was at work. Then they said he was at work, and I said, well, he couldn't have been involved, you know, because he was working.
Right.
But it's got to be her.
No, I definitely don't think that Seth was involved in this. I don't. That's my personal opinion. I don't think that he was involved. I never thought he was involved. But again,
pay attention to that part too.
And anything is possible when it comes to it. I don't think that he is involved here. Because Sebastian, he was with his mom. They were out eating, etc. So he was last with her. What happened there with him being at work, that kind of writes him off there. I mean, if you look at an investigation, they never came out though and said that they cleared him though. So I do got to say that I have not heard any officers come out and say this person's clear, this person's clear, that person's clear. So everything's on the table with that.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. After they said Seth was working, I didn't think he could have done it. There ain't no way him working at a jailhouse, and you know he couldn't have done it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. I keep, like you said, I get up every morning and I look at the phone, see if there's any updates.
all the time. I mean, every
Yep.
single day. I think that's part of my routine personally.
Yep, every day.
That's part of my routine.
Okay, well, I'm going to get off here. I appreciate you talking to me.
Well, you hit it right on point. 6 minutes on the money. Thank you so much for calling in and being a voice in the community. We appreciate you, ma'am. I need you to do 2 things though before. Stay vigilant
Yeah.
and lock your doors. God bless you.
Of course he does that obnoxious thing. Hold on one second. I got to rotate around here again because, we got to rotate around. But where did that go? Well, is it this one? Is it this one? I think it might be this one. This one is from 4 days ago. Let's go here and see what we find. You just heard him say what he said. Okay.
And then make sure you smash that like button. Turn on the notification bell because we are about to turn back up.
Oh.
We are about to turn back up. What you doing, Buck? You want to come say hi to everybody? I don't think they got to meet you. This is my son. Okay. This is Austin Jr. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
So what's up to the Rev game?
Hi guys, how you doing?
Yeah. That's Buddy. I don't think you guys got to meet Buddy. Well, this is Austin again. T-rev stole the CPS papers. I keep hearing about this court shit, but I don't give a shit about court. What I do care about, though, is where is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and why the hell is Seth opening his dumbass mouth talking about T-rev stole papers? Dude, you sent me those papers from your own email. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? This guy literally had, like, I heard Bullhorn Betty go up, or Bullhorn Sweaty, whatever. Her ass went on live stream, or somebody sent me a clip. I think it was Nah. Shout out to Nah. I appreciate you for sending me that clip. I didn't even know that was being said about me. I didn't know somebody was saying T-rev stole the CPS papers. I'm sorry. The dude sent them to me himself.
Yeah, please don't shame his son. Please don't do that. That's why I bumped it. Kids don't have nothing to do with this. They don't get to pick their parents, period, point blank, end of story on any of us. Let's not do that. We're above that. But 4 days ago, do you hear this? Do we hear this? I mean, that pause game, though. You're right. That's just that that kind of.
This guy sent me these CPS papers.
Well, that sir is illegal. I think he was too, Jen. But liars lying on liars. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
So to put out a absurd ass lie that
I don't believe a word that comes out of this guy's mouth. Let me be honest and straight up right here.
T-rev stole, some weird CPS papers, which it's a weird situation with Sebastian. It is a very weird situation. 1 and 2, I would never violate that kid in any manner whatsoever to release those papers, to put them out. So to even act like that I would do something so scummy, like put a kid's CPS papers out with his case when the father sent them to me himself. Okay. And I'm pretty sure his lawyer advised against that, but sending them out to other people to read those, not right. It is what it is. Yes, I did get them. They were sent to my email, but never once have I shared them with anyone. Never once have I let anyone read those papers. And, it kind of hurt my eyes to look at those papers. It did. It hurt my eyes to look at those papers and see what happened to Sebastian. We're talking about Sebastian being mistreated by everyone in his life. The kid is still missing right now as we speak. How long has it been? I've been off YouTube for what? Taking a little break here and there, going back to school. And I'm proud to tell you guys, for the people who don't know, I am going back to school for audio production. I start school on October the 28th. So I will be attending Full Sail University. Some people know what it is, some people don't, but I'm glad and excited for that. You said, yeah, that's my kid. He's bigger than me. He's gonna lift my ass up, right? What's going on? See who sees. Am I still blocked? No, you're not. I can see you. Said, I'm so happy that you are covering Sebastian's case again. I wasn't done with it. I think, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Sped teacher. It's when it comes to the case of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, my heart and soul has always been into this case. One, two, my mind is all over the place. First, I thought he was, killed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was killed, but now my thoughts are a little different. My thoughts are a little bit different. I think somebody has him. That's my personal opinion. What's going on, Gypsy? Love to Yens and T-rev. Much love and respect.
Well, amazing how it flip flops.
Great to see you, T. I appreciate you, Gyps. Nice to see you too. Gypsies, I know you've been here for what, 21, 22 months, maybe even longer than that. So I appreciate your commitment, your love to the Rev Gang family, standing 10 toes down. I appreciate you and love you so much. Gypsy, Mar in the building. Leisure, same. Leisure's the same. Krista said, oh my God, man, forever. Good to see you. Thank you, Krista. Thank you. You said, what the heck? You're in trouble still. I still have not got my CD either. What, Brenda? What's going on? You still have what? Send me an email right now. Make sure you send that over. Who with you, Rev? Oh, that's my son. That's my son. He's right here. There he is. What's going on?
Hi.
He's right here. That's my son. He's just hanging out. We've missed you, T-rev. Did you let me see. Ginger said, hey T, another watcher from Kansas City here. How about them Chiefs? How about them Cowboys? We've been getting our ass spanked. I got your CDs and I love it. You said I couldn't renew or get into videos. It's okay. You don't have to renew. You're here now though.
The energy just switches. But his son's a cutie. Okay. I want to go back again. I told you, Whiplash City again. Here we go. I'm taking you now to March 30th. March 30th.
So I'll be able to see it if
you see Seth said, I tried calling.
Send that text message through. We'll just say, hey, it's Seth, and I'll know right away. Let me see. Very little water in the pond. Interesting.
He's very interesting.
He isn't deep.
I guess I keep wondering about those things because I know it was said before, and then things have changed.
Here for you, for Sebastian Rogers, your baby boy that you're searching for every day. I did share the GoFundMe. I have it pinned up top, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody in chat. Make sure that you can go and show this man any love. I don't care if it's $1, a penny, it doesn't matter. It's pinned up top, the GoFundMe for Seth Rogers. He is out here diligently working every hour that he possibly can to search for his son. And have you learned of any new possible sightings at all?
This is March 30th. Let me go down here and bump it for you guys so everybody can see. March 30th, 2024. We're starting at the 3 hour, 32 minutes and 26 seconds. March 30th. Okay. I know I'm giving you guys whiplash and taking you all over the place, but there's a mission to my madness.
Not yesterday and today, but I got my private investigators working on it.
Yeah, that's
the private investigators that we heard in the beginning of this on May 27th that were supposedly withholding stuff from him. A lot had shifted from March to May.
Just trying to figure out here that with Katie, have you been in contact with Katie at all as far as, because I love the way that you said it would be, great if one person's here, we'd split up, you'd figure searching and covering all these different areas, you'd be able to do that. Is that even going on with you, Katie and Chris? Are you guys meeting or talking at least about where you
twist? Helmets, biatches. That's true.
You're searching so you don't cross each other's paths and,
Oh.
search the same place twice?
No, the last time I spoke to him was Thursday after I made it back to Clarksville. He wanted me to drive back to Nashville to do a interview on TV.
Oh, shit. Let's back this up again so everybody can make sure they're paying attention to what's about to be said. For those in the freaking back.
Is that even going on with you, Katie and Chris? Are you guys meeting and or talking at least about where you're searching so you don't cross each other's paths and, search the same place twice?
No, the last time I spoke to him was Thursday after I made it back to Clarksville. He wanted me to drive back to Nashville to do a interview on TV with him, Katie, and me. And I thought he might think about it. I just never reached back out to him.
Did anybody just understand that Chris reached out to Seth, asked him to do an interview with Katie and him, and Seth didn't return the call? Did anybody understand that right there? But now we're being told that Katie and Chris didn't want to work together? Anybody else catch that? I mean, most of us knew that had happened. We've talked about it. Chris reached out to Seth. Again, this is back in March. But Chris reached out to Seth, and they've put it on Katie and Chris that Tony has said that recently, just recently, that they didn't work together because of them. They had reached out to Seth, and he didn't reply. Just wasn't interested.
Interesting. Is that because of and I want to ask you this, is it because of what you heard on that Smiley channel, the interview?
Because it still stings, man. That's my flesh and blood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree. And it must have been, and another thing that touched me from this interview, you said specifically, is that you had to find out through the internet.
Through the podcast.
So what about all those allegations? Oh, wait, you had to find out through a podcast that he popped him on the butt one time with the belt? Is that what we're talking about here?
Nobody should get information like that through the podcast.
No way. I agree with you on that. And that's another part of this interview that got to me. And I know we're not even close to that part, but you specifically said in this interview that you had to find out through that damn podcast that your son had some running with him and he was hitting him with the belt, etc. And I hate to even bring that up. But I can't say I blame you for not wanting to.
If they want to search, that's fine.
If they want to search, that's fine. I thought they haven't done a single thing. Oh, wait. Where did this energy come from? Well, if they want to search, you mean to tell me they were out there doing something?
But as for an interview with all three of us, I think that's a little too late right now.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I do interviews to keep my son's name out there, his picture out there. When I listen to their podcast, they don't talk about Sebastian like I do.
I agree.
Anybody remember Court TV the other night? Do I need to pull that back up? You heard a lot of critical information about Sebastian, right? Well, that's facetious because all I heard was defending Betty and making blatant allegations against Chris and Katie. But that's the only reason why he does podcasts, according to him, in March, was to keep his son's name out there. And you also just heard him say that they reached out to him and he declined. Tony, might want to get your facts straight again. You forgot to clean this up too.
That affects me a type of way. you know,
Yes, sir.
and it definitely puts us not on the same page, you know. And I hate to say that because I know at some point in time, TBI will hear this, law enforcement will hear this, and Chris and Katie and the Proudfoot Guy Bower Sox family will hear this. But
We're with you, Seth. I hate to say it, but we're with you. And a lot of
And I already played you guys a clip of him saying he was pleased with law enforcement after his 2-hour conversation. Well, he was happier with them than he had been. What changed? Oh, I have a feeling I know. Few key players shuffled around.
people feel, the same feelings here towards this whole entire situation. I mean, I got to ask you this about this restaurant. Was there anybody else?
And the reason, just in case anybody wants to know why the hell I'm doing this, is not to drag Seth. To point out the facts of the things that have came out of their mouth that they're retwisting now to cause chaos, confusion, distractions, and deflection. Sebastian is the one that's important. Sebastian's missing, and it's became such an epic circus show of regurgitated lies, falsehoods, and bullshit that nobody can even keep up. So it's time we take it back to what they've actually said and trace it back to what was actually said and what actually happened, because now it's shifted again. Every time you come out and say something like you have been, Tony, I'm going to come back with you right here. You were supposedly brought in as a cleanup crew. Your words on BJ's panel. You came in to clean up some of the interviews that Seth had done. And on BJ's panel, you also said that you weren't interested in the details of the case. You were there for Seth. Then why are you on court TV and on the lab telling details of the case that aren't factual? I got a lot of questions. Imagine that, me having questions. Who would have thunk it?
Else in this footage that law enforcement may have not questioned that you're suspicious about? And you don't have to touch up on that if you don't want to, but and again,
what they showed me is what I asked, which was I just needed proof of life because I talked to my son on Thursday. I needed proof of life on Sunday, and they showed me a clip of him coming out of the restaurant, getting into a vehicle, and just I gotta see my son again. Freaking.
It's okay, Seth. If you need to take a minute, we understand. And we don't have to do this interview right now. I could wait till you're more mentally prepared. I don't want to, cause any more stress on you. And I know you're doing this for Sebastian.
As a parent, as a father, you are never mentally prepared to go through this.
I agree with that. And I can give him that. But he intentionally surrounded himself with the very opportunists who were willing to exploit his pain. And he continues to surround himself with those very people who have used every ounce of emotion and manipulated these situations for their own personal gain. But I can't help but say, Seth says he's in control of the team. He makes all the choices. His words, not mine.
Ever.
This emotion is heavy. Did you find it odd that there was no alarm system there at all?
I don't have an alarm system on my house.
Right.
Where I live. But then again, my son wakes up to go use the bathroom. And when he wakes up, he doesn't turn on the light. But
okay. The alarm system. He didn't say camera system. But in my opinion, it kind of includes that they didn't have cameras or an alarm system on their home. He didn't find that weird at the time. Back in March, he says he didn't have one either.
I'll sit there and scare the shit out of him most of the time. You're like, what are you doing? You know, just I asked, "What are you doing?" "I'm going to the bathroom, Dad." "Well, make sure you flush and wash your hands." You know, any type of noise in my house wakes me up.
I get it. I get it. I mean, there's questions, man. The questions about, you know, did Sebastian did his mom, Katie, express any feelings about losing custody at all? Was that a thing that you got custody? Because I heard what you said. You said you were getting him this summer. Was he staying with
He
you
was
for
supposed to
just the
come.
summer?
He was supposed to come live with me for the summer, and I got him enrolled in school.
He was supposed to come live with me for the summer, and I got him enrolled in school.
Up here where I live.
Yes, sir.
What we're doing is I'm not getting full custody. We're just switching custodials.
Oh, shit. What about Nick and Dog and their whole statements about custody changes and court custody? And there was about to be a custody change. Well, I guess that kind of just got debunked too, huh? It's amazing when you go back and listen to their own words.
Okay.
So where I was getting him every weekend, now she would be getting him every other weekend. And he would be staying with me. So we're just doing a switch.
Oh.
Was there combativeness?
A swapperoo of sorts for the summertime? You don't say. Oh, actually, you did say this back in March, and most of us were aware that you said this because I've reviewed this already.
To that switch at all? Or was it smoothly done? Would you say on your end?
I was open for it. As soon as Chris brought it up to me, I was like, okay, let me get him enrolled in school.
Yeah, that's just some questions.
I wanted my son to live with me. I've always wanted my son to live with me.
Yeah. What did you like as far as the video that you seen? I don't know if
any of my Clipper buddies are in here and want to do a back-to-back, you can take Dog or Nick's interview about this custody stuff and slap it with that. Again, this is from March. I'll show you the date again so you know exactly what video it is, but feel free. I mean, March 30th, 2024. Start at around the 3:30-minute mark and you're going to grab it.
if you can say or not, but what did you exactly see on the video that you seen with TBI? And you said Katie was there too. What did you see there?
Where she and Sebastian walked out of Roadhouse and got into the vehicle. And that was what they showed me.
I got you. And did he look happy at all? Or in distress? He wasn't in distress. Was he?
He's always happy when he's with me. So, you know, he didn't look like his joyous self that he is with me.
Oh.
But, you know, he's different out there, and I know why now.
He didn't look like his joyous self, but then it changed to he couldn't see him in the proof of life video to really tell. Same with like when the trash was taken out, they showed him, and then it eventually changed to it was too grainy for him to tell if it was Sebastian. You know, stories evolved over time.
So, no, it wasn't the normal. It wasn't my normal kid. You know, they may have had a good day, good weekend from their point of view. But it's like when he goes and gets in my truck when we're leaving dinner, you know, he runs to my truck. On this one, he just kind of walks.
Light up the chat with them green. Yeah, light up the chat with his favorite color, guys. Light it up with them green hearts. For sure, light it up. And we need to keep this word out here about Sebastian. Again,
the only way he could be enrolled, and this is from my own research and my own doing, like transferring kids and stuff, is if it was a private program to a public school or a public school to a private autism academy or something of that nature, like something out of the public school district. That's the only way. If there was another program that he was doing, but you can't be enrolled in 2 public schools in the same state at the same time. From my understanding, my history, everything I've researched, I see you guys saying that in the chat too. That was one of the biggest questions I had right off jump in this case. And the only thing I could ever find is if it was a private to a public or a public to a private. You can't have 2 public school systems at the same time.
We're talking to Seth Rogers here on the line, and I appreciate him even reaching out in a time like this, especially with Easter. The first thing I did today, Seth, you want to hear what I did? I woke up out of bed. The first thing I Googled was Sebastian Rogers, hoping to see that he was found. This was at around 6 o'clock my time. Seen nothing was updated, came straight in here, went online. We're in this fight with you. We're in this fight with you. And I'm going to cover this until he's found. I don't care what that time is.
Until he's found.
So that you always have a platform here.
My life is not complete until I find my son.
And I heard you say that on Pascal's last night, and I just looking at you, I connected with you emotionally on what you were saying. And the fact that you were smiling, I seen people saying in my chat, why is he smiling? He just seen his boy alive on video. That gave him hope for everything that he's been doing this last 30 plus days, that he has hope to find his boy. And that's why he was smiling the way he was.
He's alive. He's alive. And I mean, it's not a current video, but it's like I smile or I cry whenever I watch any of the videos I have of him. I've got videos of him when he was 6 years old opening Christmas gifts or birthday gifts, you know, and it's just like I've had so many news medias want to share more pictures, share more videos. I can't. If I never find my son, these are all I have left of him. These are mine. I understand people want to see them. Like, they're mine. And I don't want to share them.
Seth, we get it to me, man. I feel that pain, man. I feel that pain. And I hate to ask you this type of question, but I'm only asking it because I want answers. And I hate to friggin' ask this, but when you went to search with Chris, did you notice anything on his arms?
Oh shit, did he just say when you went to search with Chris? Does that acknowledge that him and Chris went and searched together? Meanwhile, we've also been told that Chris never did nothing. They've never searched. Oh, it sure does.
Any marking, allegedly?
I didn't because I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking at him. I had my flashlight out, dude.
Yes, sir.
Out the window, looking to see if there was locks on sheds or, you know, in between houses while we drove. I wasn't paying attention to him.
Yeah, I understand that for sure.
I still don't pay attention to him. I'm still out here looking for my son.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Did he have his glasses? And what was his sight range without them? Nearsighted or farsighted? I mean, I think that's important here, especially if he got out on foot.
Yeah, he's got vision like his daddy. I wear glasses or else I can't see anything. So I have nearsighted. I can only see near. I need my glasses to see far.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
If people want to help, I appreciate the Cash App, the GoFundMe, and all that sort of stuff. But if you could just search, you know, no money in the world means anything to me.
Oh,
as much as finding my son.
I got that GoFundMe posted, but you heard what he just said. Searching means a lot more. Searching it. So if you're in that area, let me know if this is right. Seth, the Rudder, 126 River Road, Hendersonville, Tennessee.
My question about that. Sorry, I'm making dinner at the same time I'm doing this. My question about that would be, if searching's more important, then why have we not had any coordinated searches instead of these vigils? Sounds to me like there's a lot of people willing to come to these vigils. I'm sure those same people would be willing to lace them boots on and go searching, right? I mean, common sense would lead one to believe that that would be more important, because you just said it was more important than any money, right? Huh.
37 or 37075 that's the address.
Yep, we'll be meeting there Monday.
Monday, that address starts as the headquarters?
That's where we're all meeting in the parking lot. The rudder said that we could meet there.
Yes, sir.
I have nobody searching tomorrow. I need people to actually enjoy the family that you have, because you never know when it's going to be taken away. You're never going to know if you're going to wake up the next day and not ever get to see him again.
No.
And that's what Easter is about.
Yes, sir.
It's about giving thanks
I just shared that.
and enjoying family.
That's what it. You're right. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Do you know if they are cooperating with law enforcement still when it comes to your son?
From my understanding, they are.
Oh.
So they haven't lawyered up or anything like.
Oh, shit. So he was even confirming at the end of March that they were cooperating with law enforcement. My, how things have changed.
That.
Not that I know of.
Yes, sir.
But again, everybody is innocent until proven guilty.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, shit. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. But on court TV the other night, you said that you think, in your professional opinion, huh? Things have surely changed.
Who was eating at the restaurant the night of his disappearance?
Well, on the video, it just shows Katie and Sebastian. They're the ones that came out of the door. You know, it wasn't like they were showing me this for investigative purposes. They showed me this because I requested it in the first week of this.
So this was something that you've been requesting and wanting to see for the longest time now. It felt like a long time, because 1 day is a long time right now. Did CPS discuss with you everything relating to Chris's alleged reprimanding of children and his issue with his ex-wife Nina? I mean, I've been seeing this stuff coming out.
No. And it's like CPS met with us when Sebastian went missing, and they never brought this up. And from my understanding, it's because it's sealed.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What was that? What was that right there? Let's take that back just a moment. Let's just go back here 1 quick second.
And requesting and wanting to see for the longest time now. It felt like a long time, because 1 day is a long time right now. Did CPS discuss with you everything relating to Chris's alleged reprimanding of children and his issue with his ex-wife Nina? I mean, I've been seeing this stuff coming out.
No. And it's like CPS met with us when Sebastian went missing, and they never brought this up. And from my understanding, it's because it's sealed.
They met with him when he went missing. Seth was also there. And from his understanding, it was because it was sealed.
Yeah.
Let's carry on.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose.
No, you're fine. Take your time. You take your time, Seth. You take your time, man. That's just quite. There's a lot of questions here that I have that are just on my heart. Like,
Kim, you're referencing the exclusive interview with Seth Rogers from BHB's channel on May 30th.
has police confirmed if there's CCTV of Chris in Memphis at the same time his phone was there to you, or is that just investigative? And also, what are your thoughts as a trained law enforcement? No scent, no scent, right? Leaving the house, except a small hit from law enforcement dogs, which they lost. I mean, I'm confused as someone who's looking at this and seeing all these different things, but there's no suspect, or you know what I mean? Like, this is a long time for your boy to be gone, and it just worries me. It worries me.
It worries me every day, but I have to have faith in the system. I work in this system.
Yes, sir.
So I'm trying to have faith in the system.
Oh, he was trying to have faith in the system.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I was just wondering what your thoughts were on that scent being called a thing. I mean, when you hear something like that, that's hope for you, and then that just goes away. I was wondering what the heck that was. How did they lose that scent? Has it been confirmed exactly? Because I heard you touch up on it in the Pascal interview.
I was told one day I was told by a person with the dog that they hit on a scent.
Oh.
But then later on.
But Tony just said on Court TV in the lab that there was no scent. But you were even told by one of the dog handlers that there was a scent. We all know that it didn't ultimately lead to Sebastian, unfortunately, but
when I was told that it wasn't what they thought it was. So
interesting.
They're telling me it's information that was false, and I have to go with what they're telling me.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't say there's not much you can put to that.
Doesn't it feel like whiplash, Joe? Especially when you compare this to the lab. Tony on BJ's, he doesn't know anything about the case because that's not what he's interested in. He's there to protect Seth. You hear Tony say all that stuff on Court TV in the lab. Then you go back and actually listen to some of the things that contradict the very things that they're coming out and saying now. Why again? Why is everything changing again? We've heard you admit that you and Chris searched together. So that takes Chris never did anything right off the table. We listened to you admit that Chris reached out to you to do an interview with him and Katie. You're the one that wasn't interested in that. So that takes the fact that they refused to work with you off the table. We listened to you say that there was not going to be a custody change to the court, that he was coming to stay with you in the summer and you were just doing a simple flip-flop. Why all this now? Why again? Why are we doing all this again?
I'm wondering why they searched that landfill. Like Nancy Grace said, I wonder what the affidavit says about the landfill. Have you got a clear answer on that from law enforcement at all?
It's still an active investigation.
Yeah. Close to the vest.
So I'm not going to get any information for this stuff. The only way I'll get any of this information is we find Sebastian.
Once again, acknowledging that they keep things close to the vest and he wasn't being kept in the loop on some stuff because it's an open investigation.
That's it.
I think people are going, that's a little bit wild. Seth Sebastian been put in protective custody. Seth would know about that. He would have been contacted, I feel like.
If he was in protective custody?
Absolutely.
I would think so.
Does Sebastian have any allergies or foods or allergies to foods or any medications at all that people should know about if he's out there?
I don't think he has any allergies to food. I know he is allergic to grass. about all he can think of for his allergies.
So for grass, I got
I
you.
mean, when he was growing up, boy wouldn't eat meat. He didn't like meat at all. No chicken, no steak. His favorite sandwich is peanut butter and jelly, still is. You know, his favorite pizza is just straight up cheese pizza.
Was Seth on cam at work when he went missing? You mean Chris or Seth? Somebody said was Seth on at work or on cam at work when he went missing?
Yeah, I was on 6 of them because I was actually in jail working.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here's another
Not
one.
to mention, besides that, I have 65 inmates that can tell you where I was at too.
That must that's a hard job for you to deal with. But what that is. What do you know? What do you did they show you the timestamp on that video? From
which video?
The video from your son at the restaurant. Did they show you the timestamp exactly, like the time?
I didn't see a timestamp.
Interesting. Interesting. Did they even tell you what time? Did they say, "Hey, Seth, he was found we seen him here at this time"?
1 second.
Yeah, it's wild.
My Bluetooth died. Sorry about that.
No, you're absolutely fine. You're absolutely fine. I was just curious about that. If they said, "Hey, Seth, this is the time we seen him leaving at this restaurant," or it showed the timestamp on the video, because I feel like that part would be important too.
You know, it probably would have been, but I was
happy to see him.
I was just happy.
Snowflakes, I will have to get back to you on that. I have it in my notes upstairs somewhere, but that's going to take me a little bit to dig into because I can't remember exactly when they were transferred to California. I know that he followed 4 months after Chris and Katie moved to Tennessee, but I can't remember the exact date that they moved to California initially. So I have it upstairs somewhere in my notes. I'll get back to you on that.
Happy to see my son. And I kick myself in the ass now every day because there's other things that I want to look at it again. I want to watch it again.
Kim, I can work on that. I think I know which one it is. But I can probably attempt to narrow it down and find it if you want me to.
And that's the only thing you can think about. I do have to ask you this one. Can you share with us some memories or moments that stand out to you about your son? Because I feel hard to get that when I'm listening to the other side. It's like I'm hearing these bad things and he lies and he's this and he's that. You know, since I have you and you have so much great to say, and I love the way that you put these things. Again, I just want you to share maybe some memories or moments that's.
Do you hear how these creators amp them up and emotionally manipulate and push a divide intentionally? Do you see all the people that he surrounded himself from jump? I mean, we can go back and listen to some of the Pascal's one. They're terrible too. They intentionally furthered that divide. We called it from jump. We knew it was going to get worse.
Stand out to you about him?
Yep, by design. Absolutely.
Where do I start? When he was an infant, child would sleep 4 hours a day. That was about it. He was normally awake for 18 to 20 hours a day.
They still run with that too, Snowflake's nightmare, that they've put him down, that they've talked so terribly about him. They've made fun of the way he danced and walked. They called him goofy, and all these people out here are just like, they've bashed him and put him down and spoke so derogatory about him. What?
Always going, started crawling everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And he would just laugh.
Flower Nana, I can tell you how. If you notice the same people on the team, BJ, the lab, Spanky, Mr. and Mrs. E, Bullhorn Betty, the TikTok twits, because they don't go back and listen to Seth's own words. They have intentionally refused to go back and pull the interviews of his own words and line them up to all the different changes. They refuse to do that. That's the way they stay on Seth's team. As long as Seth and Tony, in my opinion, can control the narrative, you can be a part of the team members. But that means you don't go back and play the inconsistencies in the stories. You don't go back and point out, well, wait, why are you saying this now when you said this before? You don't push back on anything. You fall in line. And if you're willing to do that, they're willing to push your channel and, make sure that people think you're a part of the team and you're one of the selected ones. They've reviewed Duchess's interviews probably 50 fucking times, if not more. The same news interviews 50 times. Their breathing's wrong. How dare she rock? She's not crying enough. She's crying too much. All those same things. They do the exact same things. And they refuse to go back and actually play the entire thing. Duchess and I, Arctic, Cold Case Crystal, reviewed all of Chris and Katie's too. Well, we quit before we got through all of them because we were getting so much pushback and people were so pissed off that how dare we look at it fair across the board. But if you want to see the narratives that are being shoved and the people that are willing to shove these families, I say there's no proof or evidence that Seth is involved in the disappearance of his child. However, I think he is a very, very broken man with a missing child who is in control of a team, and that team has amplified every emotion he has, pushed him further, and he was already there as is. And it's made the perfect fucking storm. Hey, Jason. And it's unfortunate because the victim in this is truly Sebastian. But they are also taking every opportunity to hurt his loved ones. And it's shitty. Real shitty. And I'm not saying anything that hasn't came out of Seth's own mouth. Seth said he's in control. It's his team. What he says goes. You can go to Betty's exclusive interview with Seth Rogers on May 30th and hear him talk about how he's in control of his team.
As an infant, he would just laugh. I mean, he would just sit there and have laughing fits for like 15, 20 minutes. It was great. I always loved his laugh. Sit there, and there are times that he would sit there, he'd be crawling across the floor, and it's just like he would literally just pass out where he's at. Like, he's finally so tired that he just goes to sleep. And then sit there and make him a little pallet on the floor, put him on there so he's all nice and comfortable. And then I'd lay down next to him. And I'd try to get some sleep. I remember a time that he was young. He was changing a diaper. Katie was. And I walked into the room and he literally shot shit out of his ass. Tried to hit me with it. Okay.
No, you're fine.
I mean, these are memories that I remember clear from 14 so years ago.
Casual art, I agree with you. This is probably the most genuine emotion when he's allowed to just talk, when he's not being pushed. But that doesn't happen very often.
I remember the first time that I woke up and I heard him in his crib. And I'm like, okay, he's awake. Let's go ahead and make him a bottle and get it ready. And I walked into the living room and smelled at me. And I was like, oh no, this ain't good. Start walking down the hallway to get to his room. And I swing into the bathroom and turn on the shower. Because I know that he had dug into his diaper and started painting the wall. It was messy.
And I appreciate you sharing those moments with us. And those things are important to me.
I mean, yeah, they're super important. Shooting shit across the room and smearing shit on walls. Are we fucking joking here, people? That's the best memories you have. I mean, okay. To me, it just kind of shows where the mindset is. Whatever. I'm moving on because I'm
cherishing little moments. I feel like those questions, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it. Now, I do want to ask you this, and I know I can already tell, but I just want to shoot it. It's how has your son's disappearance impacted you and your family emotionally and psychologically, sir? I want people to understand this.
My life has been on hold. You know, I try to tell people there's really no going to sleep. If I sleep, I have nightmares. I wake up thinking I hear Sebastian in my house. I've woken up in my sleep and Sebastian is standing next to my bed. And, you know, he's wearing a white t-shirt and his jammy pants. And it's like, it's not even him at the age of 15. It's him at the age of like 9 or 8. And he's just like, Dad, I'm hungry.
Just me, sunshine. We have no idea. There was Cash Apps, a GoFundMe, multiple different things. There's never been any transparency on total amounts where it went. There's been different stories for that, but they claimed that gas flyers, but we have heard him say that United Cajun Navy left 10,000 flyers. And then he was just talking about in another stream that I was playing in the beginning of this, that he could get unlimited flyers. Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth with a lot of this stuff. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm pushing back. I'm pushing back. This is called pushing back on the narratives again that Tony and team are amping up. They're amping up, but it's not because of Sebastian. It's because Betty got restrained. That's what I want people to understand here. They didn't go on court TV swinging until Betty got restrained. Betty has no connection to the missing child at all. Betty is being held accountable for her actions. Tony said he was a part of every, part of the case, working through that. None of this makes sense at all.
Can we have breakfast? And I'm like, I wake up and he's not here. And it's like, and I look over and I've only been asleep for like 20 minutes. And it's like, well, fuck it. Get up, wash my face, put on clothes.
Maximum effort, great question. I do not think she has been at the recent vigils at all. Not to my knowledge.
And decide where I want to go search today.
I appreciate you sharing that, because I think it's important that people can understand what you're going through with just waking up every day and having to toughen up to go to these places and actually search for your son and what it can do to you emotionally and psychologically. I appreciate you touching up on that. Now, I do want to ask you this. Can you describe the events leading up to your son's disappearance and how you first realized he was missing? Did you get a phone call? When did it happen? When did the shock come to you? I'm just curious about that. And how you first heard it.
I don't know when the shock came, to be honest. There's not a defining point. I got off of work at 7 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Left, went to my truck. To me, it was just a normal day. So I'm talking to my coworkers. And I'm like, Monday morning, we're off for the next 2 days. So it was like, it was just normal conversation with people. Normal day. Go home, get some sleep,
Miles.
Try to rest up, see everybody on Wednesday. And I went and got in my truck. And I grabbed my phone. And I see I have a missed phone call and a text message. No voicemail. So I turned around and text message 911. So I call, and that's what I find out from Chris.
So
my son's missing.
So you first found out from Chris.
Yeah.
That's a shitty way to find out. Then you find out all this other stuff on the internet the wrong way. Now, people know this, but in general, there is new people that haven't heard of this case whatsoever. So I do like to ask stuff like this because some people don't understand, what is going on right now. They may be new to this case or listening, just tuned in today. What steps have you taken so far to try to find your son, and what has been the response from the community? And I already know, obviously, I know that answer because I've been watching and I've been seeing and spreading the word about this case ever since right after the Madeline Soto case. But what steps, again, have you taken so far to try to find your son, and what has been
the Madeline Soto case that you faked a freaking phone call and planned a phone call out in, you sick. Ooh, be nice.
The response from the community?
Today we had people actually come in all the way from Ohio. I want to thank those people for coming in all the way from Ohio. I mean, that's a pretty long trek to come in just to help for a day. They didn't have to. I appreciate it. We gave them a whole bunch of flyers and asked them to spread them on the way.
SG, it's a lot of traveling for them for sure. And yeah, it's a lot. They were there twice in the very beginning.
That's so awesome of people, man.
There is still good in this world.
There is.
The difference is that there's still a lot of evil.
There is
and
that.
There's a lot of indifference. There are people who do not care.
Agreed. 100%.
Which means the people that are wanting to do good, we have to do better. Because that's what we're fighting in this world.
We are fighting evil every single day. Now, this may be hard question. It may be easy for you, but I know it's going to be hard, obviously. How have you been coping with the uncertainty and not knowing what happened to Sebastian? Like, I don't even understand how you could be coping right now or even holding the phone. Better yet, speaking.
I'm his voice. For me to give up or for me to quit is to give up on faith. Faith that my son is out there somewhere. I taught my son how to be a survivor, and I'm hoping right now that he's doing it.
Yeah.
But I can't give up. I have to find him.
Absolutely. I don't know if you want to share. Do you have a personal theory about what you think happened?
I don't. I don't, because there's no evidence that I've been given. And like I said, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. And I need definite proof to blame somebody for something.
Absolutely.
Well, shit the bed. Things that make you go, I need evidence to blame people for something. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. What changed? Betty got restrained? Is that what changed? Why would Betty getting restrained change, though? Huh. Shit.
I agree with that 100%. You got to have something. You can't. That's
sorry, y'all. The shit the bed saint. I say that all the time. Forgive me. It's just I don't even know where I say that all the freaking time. It's terrible. I get it.
So that's what I was telling people earlier. I seen people saying lock this person up or lock that person up, and it's you got to have evidence. And
Austin, absolutely, we can. Shirkin.
I don't, because there's no evidence that I've been given. And like I said, everybody's innocent.
Sheila, you know, I'll back that up again just a second, but I had to respond to this comment because you know, these lips are made for talking, and that's just what they do. One of these days these lips are gonna slobber all over me because I'm gonna be sitting here drooling. But my brain is mush right now.
I have to find them.
Absolutely. I don't know if you want to share. Do you have a personal theory about what you think happened?
I don't. I don't, because there's no evidence that I've been given. And like I said, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. And I need definite proof to blame somebody for something.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. You got to have something. You can't. That's what I was telling people earlier. You know, I seen people saying, lock this person up or lock that person up. And you got to have evidence and probable cause for that. You can't just go and put somebody in cuffs because they've spanked someone or did something bad. They have to have probable cause and proof of that to go and, you know, arrest someone. But I get what people are saying. I understand where everyone is coming from here. But I got to ask you this question, and this question also to follow up with what I just asked you. How has the support from friends, family been? Has it helped you navigate through this ordeal?
My friends and my family have come together a lot. They're calling me every day. They're there when I call them. They give me ideas. They help me sit there and figure out where we can go to search.
That's great. I'm glad that because I've seen it too. I've seen a bunch of your friends and people pulling up and helping you at these different spots that you are searching. And I think it's awesome. The community, the support, the people that are flying in or driving in. I think this is how we need to continue to be, to not only reach out and help whoever we are. It doesn't even matter where you're at. You could be in California right now. Sharing this story out here helps Seth, Sebastian, and the rest of the family in any way that you could possibly think.
Elabella, let me show you just so everybody can see the title and everything once again. Thank you for asking. March 30th, 2024. If you go back and look at the timeline of things that have changed and the stories that have shifted, and especially the recent interviews, Kyle, you can hear him choking in the background. If you go back and look at this stuff and how much it's shifted and who is shifted around and why things have changed, facts of the case haven't changed. And that's what I want to get across to people. Nothing about the search for Sebastian has changed. Besides the wish-washy, different stories, the inconsistencies, the back and forth. And I'm sure emotionally it's exhausting for all sides of the parents. I will give Seth that. But the inconsistencies in the stories and the back and forth, like I can't blame somebody without evidence. I can't blame somebody without proof. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. To 2 nights ago, in my professional opinion, you know, it's absolutely wild to watch how this all flows through.
So everything counts. If you're close, help search. If you are close or you can make it there somehow, help search. It's the rudder. 126 River Road,
that Ellen, it's self-inflicted.
Hendersonville, Tennessee, 37075. You can go there starting Monday. Chris, Seth, what time is it on Monday?
9:30.
9:30 on Monday. You can go and help search at, again, 126 River Road, Hendersonville, Tennessee, 37075.
That's something in their background, not mine. By the way, SG, I have heard that she has health issues. It's not my business to share either. I give her grace. I do have questions about where she aligns herself and things like that. But again, I've always chosen to give her grace because I can't imagine what anybody in these circumstances are like. I can see that. unlike what has been done to Chris's parents from the other side. Like, it is just, it's horrifying. None of these grandparents asked to be in these situations, period, point blank, end of story. None of these parents did, in my opinion. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Could somebody have something to do with it? Absolutely. But I follow facts, and we just don't have the facts to claim any of that from law enforcement at this point in time.
That place, hold on, can you share any messages or appeals to the public regarding your son's disappearance?
I need people to keep their heads up, their eyes open.
Mm-hmm.
On your way to work, on your way to get coffee in the morning, fill up your gas tank, just keep your heads up and your eyes open.
I got you. Now, again, I'm going to ask this too, because there's new people arriving in this chat right now. How can people best support you and your family during this time, both emotionally and in the search for your son?
I ask people to hand out flyers. Hand out flyers.
Okay. Hand out flyers. You heard the man. Hand out flyers, share, spread the word, wherever. Hand out flyers. Has there been any promising leads at all or developments in the search for your son that you can share with us?
No. They're not sharing anything with me. They won't. I'm not part of the investigation. So, you know, the only thing they've asked me to do is keep sharing flyers.
Gotcha. Memphis, that was a good question. Let's see what it. Yeah, but we asked that one. What are your thoughts as a trained law enforcement? Somebody asked in chat. What is your thoughts on this case as trained law enforcement? Doorbells came.
Is the crowd puts in here?
Say again, sir?
Well, no, I'm going through chat and somebody said the crowd puts are in here.
Yeah, if you want
Which one?
to, if you want to respond to any questions out of the chat, feel free to respond to any questions out of the chat as they can hear you loud and clear. If Seth wants to see the video again at the restaurant, what would he look for? Has he called the FBI to help?
Again, that's one of their backgrounds.
But that's a great question, Betty Boop. Have you tried to get a hold of the FBI?
I've been in touch with them on multiple occasions.
That's awesome.
He acknowledges that he had been in touch with the FBI multiple occasions, and this was end of March.
Are they willing
FBI had been involved since jump. We all know that.
to help at all?
They're not willing to let me know anything.
Damn.
Hey, bitch.
This is crazy.
It's an active investigation. That's just procedure, man.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
It's
But at the
frustrating.
same point in time, they're not going to
Ask me. You changed it to a donut. Ask me. Go change it to a donut pillow. Like after, go change it to a donut pillow. That's better. Not a glazed donut.
tell me anything. You know, they don't know what I would do with that information.
Has there been any, I think this question has been asked a lot, but is there actual footage or has it been officially confirmed that Sebastian was seen taking out the trash Sunday night?
They showed me a video. Can't really see that it's Sebastian, but it kind of has the same quirks.
Oh. Oh. Anybody hear that? You can't really see that it's Sebastian, but it has the same quirks. Acknowledging. It's amazing how things progressed over time and stories changed and evolved. And then it became, I can't tell. It's too distorted.
Does it upset you, Seth, when people speak allergically?
I got you, Thor. I got you, Thor. Let's do that. I love when you guys like are hearing this stuff that I replay in my brain.
Frustrating.
It's
But at the
frustrating.
same point in time, they're not going to tell me anything. You know, they don't know what I would do with that information.
Mm-mm-mm. Has there been any, I think this question has been asked a lot, but is there actual footage or has it been officially confirmed that Sebastian was seen taking out the trash Sunday night?
They showed me a video. Can't really see that it's Sebastian, but it kind of has the same quirks. Does it upset you, Seth, when people speak allergically? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, there's going to be tons of trolls and stuff. You'll have trolls. There's real people. You hear an echo that may be coming through Seth's side. Said I hear an echo?
Yeah, probably because I'm watching the podcast
Yes, sir.
while I'm talking to you on another phone.
Mm-hmm.
SG, all I'm going to say about that is I don't blame her for not being in Tennessee. From my understanding of what has been put out there by other people, she would not be in the proper health to do that. And that's where I'm going to leave that. I don't think anybody should be judging any of the grandparents, but again, that's not, I don't do that as is. She's been attacked all over the place, back and forth by JLR. The very people that Seth brought in have gone after Robin horribly.
It's okay. I'm not tripping about it. Again, this too, right here, to add to the reward for Sebastian Rogers, for everybody who is just coming in. Checks must be mailed or dropped off to. It says
Tracy, this is an old video, but a lot of the things that are said in there debunk current things that are being said on the court TV and the lab interview.
Award for Sebastian Rogers, James Brian Lewis, 1300 Division Street, Suite 307, Nashville, Tennessee, 37203. All donations will be held in an escrow account. If you want to add to this reward whatsoever, do you know what it's at now? Has anybody added to it since last night, since I watched your interview on Pascal Show?
I have no idea. The last time I knew it was at 3,500. I've been promoting this on Facebook. And then, of course, we got those haters out there that want to say that, tell people not to donate to a reward to find my son. And it's like, how can you sit there and say that? I called and spoke to this attorney myself, and he told me that he puts everything into an escrow. He gives everybody receipts.
And as we all know, this is null and void. Do not send money to this. This was never a thing. Please do not do that.
And God forbid that we don't find Sebastian, a particular amount of time has passed, he returns everybody their money. It's not a scam.
Well,
but there are people out there that don't want me to find my son. I got news for them.
It won't.
I ain't stopping.
It won't work.
And if you really don't want me to find my son, don't be a coward. Come talk to me face to face and tell me why you don't want me to find my son.
Again, there's never been any proof of anybody trying to stop them from finding Sebastian in any way, shape, or form. That to me has been an emotional shtick on people's feelings. I don't know. Like, there's been they've talked about all these threats, but there was never police reports, so on and so forth. So there's that.
I like that you said that, because you're going to get people. I'm going to just point this out to you right now. There's going to be people that call you all different types of names and different things. If you guys want to support Seth, here's another way. I got it pinned up top to GoFundMe. This is his Cash App on the screen right now. You can support. There's plenty of ways to support Seth on his search and journey to find his son, Sebastian. This, again, is his Cash App, shared from him himself. No one else. I will hold it across the screen, make it full screen. The GoFundMe is pinned in the top of the chat for his, and again, it's his sister made this GoFundMe. I've read it already. I seen it last night when it was shared on Pascal Show. It is for him. He's out here searching for his son. And also the threats. I do want to touch up on this too. The threats. Did you get threatened to be sued or anything like that for having not having your sister, because she made it obviously to help you? And did you get threatened to be sued by Chris or a lawyer?
Chris threatened to get an attorney if I didn't, and I quote, curb your sister, or I will step on her toes.
Because they had agreed to not put up a GoFundMe. And then on day number 3, Seth posted a GoFundMe after they had agreed not to have a GoFundMe. And that Cash App is not in Seth's name. He might have given it to them himself, but that was actually in the name of supposedly Sebastian's godparents.
Wow.
You know, to each their own. We all have our own opinion.
Seth,
My
you're
sister
searching.
did that because she already knew. She already knew that I wasn't going to go back to work, that I was going to try to find my son.
That's the part that
My
bothered
sister
me.
knows me. Oh, we've had people show up at, when we were at in the parking lot by the bowling alley. We had some people show up and tell people not to donate to the refund to the reward for finding my son.
Mm-hmm.
We've had people on Facebook, don't donate to this. They're all a scam. That's fine.
That's
Who you working for better be paying your bills.
Well, it turned out to be a scam.
shame on them.
I believe in karma. What goes around comes around.
Not necessarily a scam. I shouldn't say that. It turned out to be that the attorney that was supposedly putting it together had some major issues and there was nothing there.
I'm Old Testament. That's what a lot of people don't. I'm Roman Catholic. I'm Old Testament.
The only reward 100% factually that I can say is 100% vetted is up to a $50,000 reward by the FBI. Now, if you want to believe the Nick and Dog situation, feel free.
I'm a believer.
That's crazy, man.
You know?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. God has found me. I'll tell you that much. He changed my life. He changed my life in many ways. And here I am here today with you. And I hope that something comes about everything that everyone is contributing to out here, whether it be doing live streams, out there searching with Seth, even if it's somewhere else and you're out there searching or putting up flyers like Seth was talking about. It all helps. And again, I mean, I can't even wrap my mind around why somebody would say or try to control whether you're searching, because that's what it is for me. When I hear you say that, when I hear you tell me that he said that he would get a lawyer, like, because what? You're out there searching, Seth. How are you supposed to pay your bills if you're searching? You're going to lose your job, right? You'd lose your damn job, get fired.
I love how the chat can point out faith manipulation. Thank you all.
I mean, people are going to help, and there's nothing that nobody can do about it. We're here to help, buddy.
I hear you. I want to answer this one for one person in chat.
Yes, sir.
Where is it? It just spit up. No, I can't see it. Joe Bickers. The attorney needs to make it so we can add to the reward money through a Cash App or something. Most don't do checks anymore. Well, doesn't say, please. I tell you what, Monday I'll reach out to the attorney and I'll see what he can do. But the most of the reason that he wants checks and stuff like that is because he wants to give people receipts.
I get that too.
And short one cake. I want flyers of my son from coast to coast. I want people to be able to throw an airplane across the puddle to the UK, to Australia. I want everybody in the world to find my son. Find him for me.
Yeah. Why did Chris ask him? What do you mean? What did Chris ask who? Chris asked. What do you mean, Janet? I'm a little lost on that question. Why did Chris ask him? Maybe it was during the certain. Seth, what can we do as a Rev Gang family? I appreciate you, Cindy. She says, what can we do as the Rev Gang family to help you?
Spread his name, spread his picture. I mean, the more people that see him, the less it is that he can hide. The less that if somebody has him, the less that they can hide him from the light. I need my son in the light so that we can get him back to me, so that my life won't be so dark anymore. Because my life has been pretty damn dark now. Took the light away from me. I will search until I find it.
Drop them greens, them green hearts in chat. Light the chat up with them green hearts. Sebastian Strong hashtag. There's a lot here. I appreciate you, Seth, for even coming on tonight, especially going into, you already know, Easter Sunday. And I just can't imagine I just can't
I'm
imagine.
praying for an Easter miracle. Let him be found today.
I just want to say a prayer real quick while I have you on the line, okay?
Do you guys want to listen to this, or do you want me to fast forward it through this? You want me to rewind? I gotcha. How far? We'll go back. Like, if I need to go farther, let me know.
I will search until I find it.
Drop them green hearts in chat. Light the chat up with them green hearts. Sebastian Strong hashtag. There's a lot here. I appreciate you, Seth, for even coming on tonight, especially going into, you already know, Easter Sunday. And I just can't imagine. I just can't
I'm
imagine.
praying for an Easter miracle. Let him be found today.
I just want to say a prayer real quick while I have you on the line, okay? Dear
Okay,
Heavenly Father, we come
not.
before you with a guiding hand.
That's not.
Search. That was the bonfire one.
Hold on.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
You on the line. I appreciate you, Seth. Is there
Name.
anything else that you want anybody to know? And this, you're open anytime to come on. You have any information or just want to speak? Maybe there's something people need to know. I don't care what it is. Reach out to me and I'll be there.
I just texted you a link.
I'll come running with my short little freaking legs and my step stool so I can see you.
For the flyer from TBI.
Okay, 1 second. I'm looking right now. There's some. Okay.
People want to hand out flyers. There's that. People want to wear shirts. That was the bonfire one, like the shirt that I'm wearing.
I dropped the link in chat too to the actual link to print that out, so people can print those out. Man, respectfully to Seth, think that the custody case regarding Faith could have had something to do with Sebastian's disappearance. I don't know if Seth has seen that full interview with Nina or not.
I don't know. I have no idea. They wouldn't be able to call a minor without getting permission from both mother and father for that.
That's a fact.
I haven't seen anything. So, but then again, I didn't know about CPS. So, and I haven't watched that interview yet.
Yeah, it was actually emotional checking and watching it. I watched it last night when it first came out, and I was like, wow. Allegedly, he backhanded the daughter in the mouth, busted her lip. There's a lot of wild stuff in there, Seth. I don't even know maybe you'll watch it on your own time, but there was a lot of disturbing things in there. It was draining to watch. I'll tell you that, to say the least. It was. Was Chris's vehicle information reviewed from restaurant until he got back from work? That's a good question. But he wouldn't know that, I don't think. If it's he had a fit on there's a lot of those.
We also have flyers for locals. They can be picked up the rudder at the same time that people are there from 9:30 to 6 p.m. daily.
We're almost done with this, and then I got a couple more things to show you, and then we're out.
So they can pick them up at, what is the actual address for that, where they can pick them up?
That's the 126 River Road, Hendersonville.
Thor, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Thank you for going down the rabbit hole with me.
The rudder, yeah. So again, the rudder, you can pick those up at 126 River Road, Hendersonville, Tennessee, 37075. That's the exact address that I took note from on the Pascal show last night.
Chat, do me a favor, because I know y'all are some smart mofos. Those of you that watched the lab interview with me or watched it anywhere, those of you that watched the court TV interview, those of you that have watched this stream with me now or earlier today, can you tell me in the chat all the different things that have been said that were changed? Can you start telling me, like, Chris and him searched together? That Seth was the one that refused to do an interview with Chris and Katie. You guys want to start listing them off in the chat? That no custody change, even though Dog and Nick tried to play that game and say there was a custody battle going on. I'm really interested to see. Oh, the multiple phones, the change of the phone numbers.
And again, I want to ask you this question before you end up going to bed and taking off here. About these people.
SG, we did. And you remember all the differences that we found? think about all the differences in just these.
Following you around.
Crazy, huh?
Man, that strikes me as odd. Why would people follow someone around while they're searching for their
Can't blame anybody without evidence.
missing son? Shouldn't they be following or going to look up leads instead of following you around to find out where you're going to search at? That's just a big red flag to me.
It is a big red flag. I hope they don't try to impede me or threaten me.
I just don't want to see you get triggered by these people and you end up getting in some type.
I hope they don't try and impede or threaten me. Oh, there wasn't threats?
For trouble because you react a certain way. So I feel like we got to get you.
Welcome to Tennessee.
You're welcome to Tennessee.
No scent from the
I just want
dog.
to see you get out of this. I want to see you come out this with your son in your arms and you.
And I'm going to.
That's what I want to see.
Nothing's going to stand in my way. I'm law enforcement. I'm not going to do anything that's going to put me in orange.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
The righteous shall not fear the wicked.
That just gave me chills. That gave me chills. Coming through the speaker. Well, that gave me goosebumps all the way up my body.
I hope it gave whoever happens to have my son, if someone has him, I hope it gave them chills.
Please ask Seth, is it true?
God brought his only son back to life.
I hope whoever has my son.
And my golly, this dad's going to bring his son back home.
Seth, I got to ask you this. Is it true that CP, which you know who that is, called you a few months ago and said his marriage is failing and asked you to take Sebastian? Is that true, or is that a false narrative that's being put out there by people? Because that is allegedly making its rounds on these YouTube streets.
Sebastian was going to come live with me because people need to take care of themselves.
I gotcha.
Oh, look who asked that. Look who fucking asked that question. Huh. He was going to go stay with him for the summer. There was no custody change coming. Imagine that. She really tried hard to become a member of that team.
I gotcha. I'm following.
Who's going to take care of the child? The father.
In other words, no. No, that wasn't said.
Found who has the, have they found who has the snake, and have they been questioned? Could he be hidden there? Why did Chris give his pet away? Interesting question, Mary.
From my understanding, Chris got rid of all the snakes because Chris is on the road all the time working. And he wasn't going to be there to take care of them. I mean, I saw all the snakes. I was over there. Snakes were beautiful. They really were. Sebastian loved his snake.
Well, shit, that was a pretty simple answer. Chris was going to be working all the time. He wasn't going to be there to care for him. Well, fuck, that got turned into a whole lot of shit, didn't it?
There's tons of these questions coming through, man. People got so many different questions, and I hate to just land them all on you like this. I feel like I'm
kind of like when Seth got Sebastian 2 dogs when he was in California before he was diagnosed with autism, but he claims that it was to help him with his autism, even though he didn't get diagnosed with autism until October 2023. But Seth tells a story about how he got these 2 dogs to help care for Sebastian, and Sebastian would have been a little guy at the time, and these 2 dogs, you know, Sebastian was walking these 2 dogs, and they dragged him across the pavement basically and scuffed him up, and so he had to get rid of those 2 dogs in California, you know, previously to having autism, but then Seth says it was because of his autism. Yeah, one of those stories again. Sure,
just hitting you with blow after blow, and it, you know, but again, like you said, you're doing this for your baby boy, and I commit.
But the team is stuck on the fact that he had to get rid of a cat because Chris was allergic to cats. Well, golly be darned, he wasn't the first one to get rid of animals of Sebastian's, and that was Seth's own words again.
Thank you for that, because some people can't handle that. But you know what? You're showing strength and resilience in everything that you've been doing. You're actually inspiring, not only just to me, but thousands of people. So I appreciate you, you know, with all this stuff that's going on, you are giving people inspiration and hope. And I'm included on that list of somebody that you're giving inspiration to. And I got to thank you for that, because you're standing tall and you're sticking to your guns and you're out here daily doing whatever you could possibly do to find your baby boy. So I got to commend you for that. It's
Miles, I wish nothing more than they all 3 could get along and cut out all these clowns. And yeah, because at the end of the day, it greatly impacts Sebastian. And that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day to me is Sebastian being found.
It's tough that you're going through this. And again, I don't want to hold you for too long and keep putting you through it over and over again. But is there anything else that you would like to say to everybody?
I thank everybody. I think everybody that's helping, everybody that's looking out for him.
And this right here, I have to say, because there's been creators that have said, Seth has never thanked anybody. Seth has never been grateful. He has numerous times. He has thanked people numerous times. That's just not true. They've also said Seth's never shown emotion. That's not true either.
May you be blessed. And may I be blessed in return because you find him.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can feel however you say about it, but
and I'm going to keep putting these across the screen. Again, if you're just coming in, we have Seth Rogers on the line. And
I'm going to give Chris and Katie credit for thanking people. I'm going to give Seth credit for thanking people. This is just how I work.
And this is where you can support his journey of him out here every single day searching for his son. If you want to support Seth Rogers, these are links. Is his Cash App. You can scan it off the screen. Also, if you don't want to scan it off the screen, it's right here in front of your face. Again, $TMBFLEMING is his Cash App. You can support him there. We also have a GoFundMe that's pinned in the top chat right now. If you want to add to this reward for Sebastian.
Trevor Lee, come on now. The only thing I really feel bad for, Trevor Lee, is the fact that you get confused with this fool all the time. Like, I feel bad that you always get confused with this guy. But you know exactly why he doesn't want him getting off the phone. The money. Money, 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 money. Money.
Rogers. Here is the legitimate picture that Seth Rogers himself sent me to add to the reward for Sebastian Rogers. Checks as of right now. Seth Rogers, you did hear him say that he was going to look in to maybe a different alternative into paying. But for now, this is how we got to do it. Okay. Checks must be mailed or dropped off to reward for Sebastian Rogers.
Again, null and void.
James Brian Lewis, 1300 Division Street, Suite 307, Nashville, Tennessee, 37203. All donations will be held in an escrow account. Again, Seth did say he was going to look into that to see if he, somehow get it changed, because some of you have questions about adding to that reward. I get those questions. They're valid. And I appreciate you guys asking those questions. But again, if you want to support, these are the links. And another one is pinned up top for the GoFundMe. So make sure you check those out. In fact, there's the GoFundMe right here across the screen.
Oh, shit.
Made by his sister.
Hey, Kelly O, Prisoner Revenge. I'm not your typical CEO. When I go to work, I'm not.
You notice on the screen at that point in time that goal was 18,000 and 17,000 had already been met.
There to punish people.
I'm pretty sure it surpassed 18 grand.
People are there already as punishment. My job is to make sure that they're safe. I have people that get angry and mad at me all the time, but I use words. I use words to communicate with them. And there's a lot of times, like pretty much every time, if somebody gets angry with me, I have this tendency of, when it's lockdown time, to pop their cell door and have them come out and talk to me at my desk. Find out why they're mad at me. Are they mad at the policy? Are they just having a bad day? I communicate with people, because that's what this world needs, is more communication.
Seth communicates with people. This world needs more communication.
Man.
God gave us 2 ears to hear, 1 mouth to...
Meanwhile, it's a 9 to do an interview with Chris and Katie after Chris reached out and wanted them to do an interview all together. But the world needs more communication.
Speak. People sometimes have to close their mouth and open up their ears. And I do that for these inmates that I'm in there watching. My job is to make sure that they're safe. My job is to try to reach them at the same point in time, communicate with them, get them to start using their brain for a functional thing, and let go of the anger. Because anger gets nobody nowhere. If it is not motivational, then it is hindering people. It will hinder you.
I agree.
I get inmates that come up and apologize to me. To me, that means I did my job that day.
You're right.
I treat inmates like they're human beings. I treat inmates like I want them to treat me, like I want to be treated. I'm there. It's a job. My job is to enforce the rules in the pod. If they got questions, I will find them answers. If I can't, I will look for the answers for them. And the next time I see them, because I'm not in the same pod every day, I give them the answer. I carry a notebook so I can write down questions so I can get the answer for them. Because the last thing people want is to ask questions and never get an answer.
You got a big heart, brother. You got a big heart. I'm proud to call you a brother, man. You got a big heart. And that's the type that you're my type of people. This is what I preach every day. Love and light. Love and light. See something, say something. Love and light. And just to hear this is refreshing.
Oh,
And I appreciate that. It is refreshing to me. Such a big heart, man. And that's exactly what it is.
you just call out his name and T-rev will come running with his step stool. He'll come running to scam you again.
Is when you're in that environment. You know, some people, you got some bad COs and you got some good COs.
And it's in every profession, man.
That's a fact.
You got people that you got bad people that know how to flip a burger. You got bad people that don't know how to operate the register. You got people that don't know how to communicate with each other.
Oh, really? You don't say so.
And it breaks down in this world that it's all about communication. If somebody wants to just drop my son off, drop him off at a gas station that is open. Tell him to go inside and tell him who he is.
Man, you heard him. Drop him off.
Drop him off at a Waffle House. Drop him off at a Waffle House so that he can get food. I'll pay for it when I get there.
Okay. Of course.
Just somewhere that you can pick him up at.
A Waffle House.
Well, Seth, I appreciate you coming up here and just saying everything that you've said and answering questions. I do got to ask you this one because I seen it and it is a good question. Was his clothes that he was wearing that night accounted for? Did you ask police that, or you just did? I know you were proud and glad that you got to see him alive on camera, and that probably maybe even thrown that out your mind. But after, again, were those clothes accounted
for? I've been asked
for?
that question before.
Yes, sir.
And I wasn't even thinking about it, man. Okay. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yes, sir.
I was just happy to see that he was alive.
Yes, law enforcement collected those clothes. That's what we've been told.
Yeah, that's a great question, Dr. Latina. She says, what does Seth believe in his heart really happened to Sebastian?
He's just one of God's lost children right now.
Yes, sir. The world needs more Seth Rogers, Dr. Quinn Harley said. The world needs more dads like Seth Rogers. Give him a little clap for that. Seth, this platform is open to you any day, 7 days a week, 24/7. You got information, you need me to get it out, I need to make a video. It doesn't even have to include you in the video. Again, if you have any information that you need put out and spread to everybody, the masses, as many people as I could possibly get it to. Again, you have my number. I'm going to actually text you from my personal number so you have that at hand and you can get a hold of me directly anytime you want. It doesn't matter what it is, any information that you think the people need to know. We can make a video on it right away, drop it, put the word.
Mister, I'm going to steal your girl.
Word out, talk about it, whatever may need to happen. I know you're out here boots to ground.
I can't call her a woman because, well, T-revs. Never mind. I'm gonna walk the fuck away from that shit before I get in trouble.
All day long, 24/7 as much as you possibly can. I know that rains and there's different things that go on. You have to catch your sleep, obviously. You have to get some food in your system, but you are out here bending and going crazy everywhere that you possibly can. I've seen you up there myself. On video going.
He's not bending, sir. He's got a back injury, a shoulder injury, a neck injury. You know, he's injured. Okay, he ain't bending.
Crazy on this search for your son and the people that are backing and helping you and pulling up. I hope that this continued support goes on, and I hope that you don't have to deal with it for too much longer. Hopefully we get off the phone and you get a call. A good one.
I'm hoping. Thank you.
I am hoping so.
Everybody, y'all have a wonderful evening. May you have many blessings on Easter. If you don't celebrate Easter, may your Sunday be a beautiful day.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming up here and spreading the word of Sebastian Rogers. And thank you for telling us about the good things, because I'm so tired of just hearing about the bad things pertaining to Sebastian, you know, like the belts and him missing. And I just wanted to hear some good stories. So I appreciate you coming up here and refreshing us with some
great fucking stories,
good stories about him. And not only that, sharing what you do know and what whatever you could possibly answer. I appreciate you coming up here and doing that tonight to keep the word out for Sebastian. Everybody, listen, full screen. Again, this is where you can support Seth Rogers right now. Cash App, he'll get it directly. He will get it right then. He'll be able to do what he needs to do. We appreciate him.
Yay, clap all around.
Seth Rogers, thank you so much, sir. That was Seth Rogers on the line.
Holy shit. I feel like I need a bath of holy water. All right, let's go back here for a quick moment in time. We got a couple more clips to walk through, and then we're out.
What's happening? Glad you're doing well. Oh, your son, Sunday time. Nice to see you. Lori says, okay, I see that. Cassie, I just want to make sure I'm saying how I will act until it happens. So I understand that part. But again, I do look at it like that. Like, wow, what if it was him? Or what if it was, you know, my daughter? Or what if it was somebody close in my family? You know? So what did Chris really do? What do you mean? Like Chris Proudfoot? Looks like you finally seen Sean's true colors. About time, LaCosta says. Lisa said, I believe that. How are you going to steal those papers? What the is wrong with that guy? I have no idea, Brian. I'm trying to find out. I want to know what's wrong. Why that was even said. But again, we're going to get off that because this is about Sebastian. This is about Sebastian. This is about Elijah View tonight. I do want to jump into a little bit about Elijah View and bounce kind of back and forth here. Elijah View.
Nah. Let's just not. I want to go back over here, I think. Where is it? Is this the one? Give me 1 second. Oh, from a day ago. Oh, this is the one. Okay.
Love that. You know, hold on. Let's see how we sounded.
Stop the cap.
Excuse me. What the fuck did you just say? Damn, that live stream that I was just on, that shit was a setup. Y'all know that. But what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Shout out to everybody who is pushing in a.
This is after he was on Share from Voices Behind the Walls panel.
Good light, right? People who are pushing for change out here and not. Bing bong. What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the stream.
This video is tweaking out.
Woo.
I said the video, not him.
That's my joint right there. I love that. You know, hold on. Let's see how we sounded.
Stop the cap.
Excuse me. What the fuck did you just say? Damn, that live stream that I was just on, that shit was a setup. Y'all know that. But what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Shout out to everybody who is pushing in a good light, right? People who are pushing for change out here and not
pushing for change out here.
Just falling in line with senseless drama and attaching themselves to the drama and staying with it. Like, I mean, I got off of YouTube for what? Two whole, I want to say, let me make sure that my mic's on too. We got off YouTube for what? Almost damn 2 whole months. So, you know, almost being gone on YouTube for 2 whole months, like literally going to put YouTube like gone, you know, just get rid of it and say, fuck this, right? To the point where I go and get a job. I go and do these other things. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather protect my peace. And then I got back control of it. I talked about it last night on the second channel, you know, and I spoke my mind on that. And that's why whoever that person was, which I don't even know who it was.
Oh, are you talking about, well, fuck oh dear. Are you talking about this live stream here? The one you spoke your mind on there, bro?
20 different accounts or however many accounts he had. What?
This paranormal account that you're back on using?
The problem, and it is what it is. But
by the way, he's back to doing spirit box sessions again, you know, with the AM FM hand crank radio.
That's how if you wonder how I ran all my lives, it was because of insomnia. Like literally, that's how I'm able to go live for so long and be on and do these things like I've done them the last 2 years because of insomnia. So I need to get over that though. It's unhealthy as hell. It's not good for your health to be up for days. So I got to get that on track. I don't know if you guys got any recommendations for insomnia to help get the sleep back on track as far as like daily, because being off track like this,
go to the doctor,
sleep in, you know what I mean? At weird times and just staying up until you're absolutely passing out. Like I said, I came in here, right? Look at this. I came in here, hooked up this monitor
So we have the second monitor for the main channel, right? Because I don't like one, I can't take phone calls and have people's numbers coming up on the screen. I just can't. Just for the simple fact that people could be harassed, people's, you know what I mean? They could be stalked by somebody. There's a bunch of creeps and trolls that come through. So, you know, your number not being out to the public is important to me. And that's why we need a second screen. And I can't really take phone calls without a second screen. The other night, a phone number popped up and I felt bad actually, because it's shown on the stream. I actually need to go in and cut it out. But your privacy is important to me. So your number, like if you call into the show, I can't do call-ins on one screen. I can, but I won't be able to run the show like I want to.
Your privacy is important to him, but the privacy of minor children isn't, considering what he did to Maddie Soto.
See, I want to be able to bring up videos, pictures on the spot, the things that you guys are emailing me. I can't do that on one screen.
Let's please not accuse him of being on anything in the chat. We're not going there. That's not helpful. We don't have a clue what's going on.
You got to have two screens to work. You got to have two screens. It's one of the most important things, in my opinion. But I love you, T-rev. Hope you're well. Thank you. I'm well. I'm doing well, Vampy. I'm doing good. What are the goodie powders?
He does enough other fuck shit for us to talk about.
They're these little things, right? It has aspirin in it, and it has, I believe, Tylenol. So it has.
Yeah, he's sped up. Yeah, he's at 1.5. I'll slow him down so you guys can see what he's.
A mixture, and they're like, you can get them in flavors too. You said I've had migraines that I have. It booms harder after you do. You said, oh, after you throw up. Maybe I should have made myself throw up. I don't know. Aspirin plus caffeine for those headaches. That's
nope. I got to speed him back up.
Powders. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. So it's Tylenol, and then you have the aspirin that's in there, which it does work. Whatever it is, it knocked my headache out within 10 minutes. I almost feel like it was instant, but yeah, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you guys drop your questions in here because we're gonna jump deep into a spirit box session. I've been wanting to do spirit box sessions. I don't care how many people are in here. And speaking of people, right? Like, what is up with these fucking weirdos on YouTube worried about my numbers and worried about like my growth on YouTube? Like, are you really that obsessed with me to the point where you're worried about how I'm growing?
Definitely not. Definitely not cared. No care in the world. No, you're just easy to point out all the inconsistencies and bullshit that you spew.
You're worried about how many subscribers I lose? More than myself. Like, that's crazy. I just had to say that because somebody showed me some shit that somebody was talking about on a live, and I'm like, I'm listening to it, and when I heard it, I'm like, this chick is straight up ignorant. Like, assuming like, oh, Trev's going back to school because he wants to use his kids for money. Like, I didn't even think of that. What are you talking? Like, are you crazy? The fact that they thought like this chick was literally saying that I was grifting off my kids, right? He's going back to school so he can get all this extra money. Like, what are you talking about? First, I'm here on YouTube to make money. That's the narrative you guys put out. Then you're out saying some weird ass shit like, oh, Trev gets kids back in his life so he can use them for money. Like, are you fucking crazy? Like, something is wrong with you. If you need to focus on trying to help families and do some positive shit, because obviously you have nothing positive going on in your life if you're sitting here watching T-rev to take notes. I'm sorry.
Definitely nobody's taking notes. No, nobody's taking notes there, dude.
But I had to say that though. You said, but the big question is, what are they called here? Is actually what? They're called goodies, I'm pretty sure. Hey, green eyes. You know we never did that. But I'm talking about titanium built. Like, weirdo. Talking crazy, like, it just doesn't make no sense to me, y'all. It doesn't.
He's talking about titanium built,
especially with the weird narrative. I mean, the elephant in the
I like her
room is that I had somebody call in smoke. Okay, hopefully one day he'll come out and let the people know that I've never had that. I've never had him call in planning. I've never said, "Yo, smoke," call in and pretend to be Stephen Stern's friend. Like, I've never did that. So that narrative, hopefully one day, is tucked into bed because it's absolute bullshit. I've never planned a call or nothing on my show. So for people to believe that by the thousands. Fuck it. If you want to unsubscribe from the channel and leave the channel off of somebody else's word and fake ass fucking receipt.
Never been subscribed to you. Don't care to.
Be my guest. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here. The people that love me in this chat, that's who I'm here for. That's what I get on here for, one. And two, I'm passionate about what I do. If money comes along with that, so be it. I'm not asking nobody for nothing. I'm here because I love what I do. There's a big difference.
You love exploiting victims and their families going through the worst?
I don't force myself to do things I don't want to do. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. So I don't know. It's crazy. The fact that that dude came out and said, and this is, I try to put together in my head why he would do it. And the only thing that I can come up with is because when he came down here and visited, I seen him, he was up to his old ways, right? Like, literally thought that having 20 different YouTube accounts and trolling in Dolly's live was like cool. He thought it was cool. So I seen that he was up to his old trolling ways. And when he left, I cut him off. That was the whole thing. That's the whole reason why. That's the only thing I could think of. Because when he was on there, I told him, look, yo, I'll help you grow, man. If you're, because we stopped being friends for a while for a certain reason. I don't even want to put it out. Well, this is why. He said that he could send people demons to the internet, right? So I cut him off. I cut him out. I cut him out of my life the first time. So what was it, right when Madeline Soto case, he hit me up. Either I hit him up or he hit me up or commented on a video, and then I hit him up and was like, yo, you got to put that shit to bed. You know, bro, like you should let this go. You know, we could be friends. And that's how we started talking again. But this dude was literally trolling my live. And people were like, Trev should know who he is if he called in. You know how many people, one, I talk to, and two, yes, I do remember voices and I'm great with voices. But sometimes I can't tell the difference sometimes. And I may get.
Those are the voices in your head. Anyways, he's back on the fuck shit. He is doing spirit box sessions time after time. He's back on trying to talk to his AM/FM radio. I can't deal with him anymore. We've almost been here for 3 hours, and that is way past my time with that little guy. Nope, sorry, no respect, zero give a shit. But I wanted to take it back a little bit and listen to some of the things that Seth had said on panel with T-rev, because I know people can't stand T-rev. I never liked him. What he does in cases is absolutely vile, disgusting. I've always stood there. You can go back and check my live streams from April. We've walked through a bunch of his shit, called him out on a lot of the crazy shit he was doing, talked about his music, all of that stuff. If you want to go watch that, I just don't have it in me. But I wanted to listen to Seth, because Seth completely has switched his story up as time has gone on, which we've all known. But sometimes it's best to just take people back there and let them listen to it so they can hear the inconsistencies and the change. Yeah, I don't hate watching either, Whispers in the Shadow. I only went over there because I was like, wait, I need these, and these. So he was sped up right there, though, too, you guys. So understand that. Any questions before we end tonight? Thank you all for being here. Did this help at all debunk some of the things that are being stirred back up again? Again, the question is why? Why are they stirring this stuff up? They've talked about getting a trust, and the attorney was going to get a trust. And now we have a whole other At Night Media Corporation that's came in, but he had an attorney in Nashville that was representing him. But then they've told us that Chris and Katie have spent more money doing this. Like, what is going on here? Like, this is just too much. Snowflakes, I will go back and try to check that timestamp, or try to get your time on when they moved to California. So I know that. And Kim, I will look for the trash truck thing too. Yeah, T, why? I mean, I have my own personal assumptions. I really do. Like I do. I have my personal assumptions of what the motive is. But watching it play out is interesting. Again, I don't think Seth, Katie, or Chris are involved in the disappearance of Sebastian. That's where I stand until we have anything else from law enforcement. I'm just going to stay there. But this is just another distraction, deflection, change of spins. You listen to Tony, and it's just like you get whiplash, because he says on one panel that he's not invested and he doesn't know the details of the case, and he was brought in to help with Seth, and he was brought in to clean up some of the things that Seth had done on interviews. And then you're like, wait, he didn't clean any of the shit up. He only made shit worse. And then he's on court TV and saying, Sumner County, we know Sumner County said that there's no proof of him leaving the house. Where? The only thing you can even find remotely close to that is Seth claiming something like that. But that's not Sumner County. Not at all. It's just crazy. It's freaking crazy, right? It's a tilt-a-whirl, yeah. It's like a yo-yo tilt-a-whirl combination roller coaster. What's the one that goes upside down? The Gravitron, where your feet are off the ground and you're just spinning in circles. That's more probably like it. We're on the Gravitron. It's crazy, though, just going back and listening to all this. And if you look at the timeline of things, like Betty came in and was talked about being a part of the team at the end of May. She does her first exclusive interview with Seth Rogers on May 30th. Tony had came in the beginning of May. Like, shit just totally shifted. Granted, a lot of these people that he had reached out to and intentionally was going on their panels with, T-rev, JLR, shit like that, was a mess in the very beginning. But if you go back and look at the timeline of things have changed. And I'm sorry, like, to see them come out smearing Chris and Katie because Betty was restrained really bothers me. Betty has been nothing but chaos and confusion and intentional misinformation, in my opinion, from jump. And her situation, Betty is not a factor in Sebastian's case. Betty is a part of the noise and the harassment and stuff that Sebastian's loved ones have gone through. That's it. Thank you to all my mods once again for being here. Thank you all for being here, all my members, everybody being here. I appreciate you all. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will not see you tomorrow unless I see the members with some Meghan Trainor concert videos, because that's what I'm doing tomorrow. So thank you again. Appreciate you guys. Stay safe out there. I know it's getting crazier. And ask me, why would I block you? I don't mind at all. I barely read comments or pin comments very often, so I don't even notice it, truly. Thank you, Terry. Thank you for all you guys do. Good night, everybody. Good night, Mystery. All about that bass, about that bass, about that bass. I know one of my girls is so excited. This is what we're doing for her. It's going to be cute. Everybody, this is the one that people say I look like, and I'm like, no. She is a cute little young girl. All right. See you guys later. Have a good night. Bye.